and staff of Guardian Radio. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. Prime Minister Davis says his government intends to aggressively go after the cost of living. Opposition leader Michael Pintard wants an investigation into top-notch builders. And $1.56 million in vouchers weeks before the general election. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
It's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, DeQuesta Dean will be joining us. Also this morning, we'll get a preview of the upcoming second annual Pastoral Honors. And later in business, we're having a discussion about AI. Should you be incorporating AI into your advertising, whether it's print or video, especially from a local perspective? We're going to talk about that and the implications, and want you to join in on that discussion as well. That's all ahead. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, as he highlighted his government's plans as laid out in the speech from the throne, Prime Minister Philip Davis critical of the F&M for choosing politics over country and pledging serious leadership for serious times. In the House of Assembly, the Prime Minister said, quote, "The campaign is over, the people have spoken. What they are owed now is the serious work of governing, and that work cannot be drowned out by the spectacle of those who keep choosing politics over country. The Bahamian people have already sent their message to every member who would downplay good news and welcome the bad, those who would oppose for the sake of opposing while offering no solutions of their own, and those who would treat this honorable House as a stage for performance rather than a chamber where the future of this country is shaped. These are serious times, and serious times demand serious leadership." Well, the Davis-led PLP was reelected for a second term on May 12th. As he spoke yesterday, Davis pledged relief for many sectors, including the economy, healthcare, education, crime, and more. Cost of living identified as a key issue needing continued attention, while he noted efforts during his first term, including the lowering of VAT and removal of the tax on unprepared food and other essential items. Davis noted it wasn't enough. He said, quote, "We will aggressively go after the cost of living in whatever ways we can." Immigration concerns, which emerged as prominent ahead of the election, due in part to concerns over passport fraud, prompted a strong promise of accountability as well. He warned yesterday, quote, "To any public officer tempted to break the law for financial gain, especially when it comes to our national identification documents, hear me clearly, the offense will now carry substantial prison time. Our borders will be governed by law and order, and law that will apply to everyone with no..." As he highlighted his government's plans, he called on the opposition to meet the moment with maturity, the maturity it demands. Meanwhile, F&M leader Michael Pintard has asked Police Commissioner Shanta Knowles to expand a police investigation stemming from a U.S. criminal complaint regarding drug trafficking to include a forensic examination of the banking relationship of top-notch builders and any associated entities, saying new claims in the case affect the integrity of the Bahamas' financial system. Pintard's concerns were outlined in a letter sent to the Commissioner, along with the National Security Minister Miles Larota and Attorney General Wayne Monroe, the letter released to the media as well. Pintard wrote that since the F&M's initial June 11th letter to the police commissioner calling for an investigation into drug trafficking allegations stemming from the sworn affidavit filed in the U.S. court, more information has come to light that strengthens the basis for a targeted financial investigation into potential money laundering, non-disclosure of beneficial ownership, and the misuse of corporate structures to conceal control of funds. Pintard wrote that there appears to be, quote, "inconsistency between top-notch builders' formal corporate records and the apparent exercise of control over the company's financial accounts." A man accused of the sexual assault of a teen has been charged. Prosecutors allege that Lovensky Jean raped the 15-year-old girl in Pinewood Gardens on June 23rd. Jean did not have to enter a plea to the charge of unlawful sexual intercourse when he appeared before Acting Chief Magistrate Nasella Evans. His bail was set at $9,000 and he'll have to wear an ankle monitor, keep a curfew, sign in at a police station weekly, and have no contact with his alleged victim. The matter has been adjourned to October 8th for the presentation of a voluntary bill of indictment that will send the case to the Supreme Court. A New Providence man has been acquitted of having an unlawful sexual relationship with a 12-year-old girl that prosecutors say he met online. After deliberating for almost 2 hours, a Supreme Court jury acquitted 25-year-old Antorn Johnson by a vote of 6-2 following a trial before Justice Wilhelmina Archer-Mins. Johnson, who was sentenced to 18 months in prison after pleading guilty to the same crime in 2021, cried in response to the jury's verdict. According to the prosecution's case, Johnson met the 11-year-old girl on Facebook in January 2023. They allegedly developed an online friendship that resulted in Johnson picking up the then 12-year-old girl on several occasions between June 2023 and October 2023 to have sex. According to the girl, she had relations with Johnson twice in his car and at her home and at his home in South Beach. The witness said that Johnson told her that his name was Chris. Jurors saw the lewd and crude messages that Chris allegedly sent to the complainant. The alleged incidents came to light in 2024 when the girl saw Johnson's car while she was with her mother. She told her mother what allegedly happened between her and Johnson. The mother followed Johnson's car and she called the police. The mother apparently flirted with Johnson until the police arrived and arrested him. Johnson denied the allegations and claimed that he didn't know the girl. His lawyer attacked the shoddy police investigation as police did not examine Johnson's phones, although he was arrested unexpectedly. On the other hand, the prosecutor said the complainant was able to describe Johnson's home and knew that his bed was on blocks, which was confirmed by crime scene photos. A man has been charged after prosecutors alleged that he illegally built on Crown land in the New Providence well fields. 65-year-old Keith Robert Ingram is accused of causing damage to Crown land and operating without a valid building permit. He denied the charges at his arraignment before Acting Chief Magistrate Ansela Evans, who was granted $500 bail, and the matter was adjourned to October 7th for trial. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Science and Technology Chester Cooper says that school repairs are underway across the country He says that more than 2,000 teachers across the Bahamas are taking part in new professional development initiatives. Education Ministry usually conducts school repairs during school breaks. However, Cooper noted that the ministry hopes to change that. He said that every summer the school repairs require their school repairs are required. He says they anticipate that it's going to be completed by September, and they're looking forward to see how they can change the approach so that there isn't a mad rush during the summer months. Overseas, more than 100 people just deported from the United States were being held in a hotel when earthquakes struck Venezuela, setting off a scramble to find survivors and bodies buried under the rubble. A deportation flight from Miami arrived in Venezuela. Earthquakes. On board were 146 Venezuelans, including 19 women and 7 children, according to ICE Flight Monitor, an initiative of Human Rights First, which tracks deportation flights. They were transported to a hotel in hard-hit La Guaira. The U.S. ran 12 deportation flights to Venezuela in May, operating 3 days a week, according to ICE Flight Monitor. Deportation flights to Venezuela resumed in February 2025 after a 13-month pause. Meanwhile, with the window for finding survivors shrinking fast, Venezuelans combing through more ruins of buildings Monday, toppled by last week's powerful back-to-back earthquakes. Attention turning to the country's humanitarian crisis that could persist for years. Relief organizations say this first 72 hours after natural disaster is the most crucial time period for rescues, though survival can be extended if people have access to food and water. 5 days after the twin quakes, questions loomed over whether the cash-strapped government will be able to coordinate the effort needed to care for thousands of people who've been left homeless. In other developments, a 4.6 magnitude aftershock rumbled through the disaster zone in the northern state of La Guaira. The death toll stood at more than 1,700 people, according to the government, which has long retained tight control over news media. Thousands of demonstrators gathered in parts of South Africa to rally against illegal immigration today, with some protest groups set as a deadline for the departure of all illegal migrants from the country. South African groups planning to demonstrate blame illegal immigrants for causing unemployment among South Africans by accepting low wages as well as high levels of crime and other problems. The Tuesday deadline set by the groups for migrants to leave was not recognized by South Africa's government, which has maintained that only authorities can enforce immigration laws. The most prominent groups opposing illegal immigration include March and March, Operation Dudula, and Progressive Forces. President Cyril Ramaphosa met Monday night with leaders of some of the groups and asked them to conduct peaceful demonstrations. The South African police have deployed hundreds of officers in cities including Johannesburg and Durban to prepare for potential violence. Previous marches against illegal immigration have resulted in attacks on migrants and vandalism of foreign-owned businesses.
This is Sports Update.
In sports, on the heels of what was a thrilling national tournament, the Bahamas Baseball Association looking to stage the second annual BBA All-Star Weekend in a few weeks. The Mega All-Star Showcase will encompass the 8 and under coach pitch, the 10 and under, 12 and under divisions, and will cater to young athletes from all of the major leagues around the Bahamas. It's set for July 24th through 26th at the Andre Rogers National Baseball Stadium. Bahamian professional women's basketball player Jonquel J.J. Jones and the New York Liberty go into tonight's Commissioner's Cup championship game as losers of 4 of their last 5 games, but they're inspired as they look to beat the defending champions for the second time in a week. The Liberty took down the WNBA defending champs Las Vegas Aces 87-76 on the road in Las Vegas last Tuesday, and a rematch is set for tonight, this time in the Commissioner's Cup champion on the Liberty's home court at Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Apart from the $500,000 championship game prize pool, participants compete for bragging rights and a prestigious trophy, along with historic implications. Also, the MVP now receives an additional $10,000. The University of Arkansas Raiders basketball program is gearing up for 4 exhibition games in the Bahamas this summer, taking part in the 2026 Bahama Hoops Summer League from July 31st through August 4th at Bahama Convention Center. The Razorbacks have advanced as far as the Sweet 16 of the NCAA Division I men's basketball tournament in 5 of the last 6 years, and is annually one of the top collegiate programs in the U.S. Last season, the Razorbacks fell in the NCAA Sweet 16, and it ended the season at number 13 in the Associated Press Top 25 rankings. The Razorbacks will be joined by the University of Cincinnati Bearcats, the University of South Carolina Gamecocks, and the Valparaiso University Beacons at the 2026 Bahama Hoops Summer League Tournament. From the NBA, Ja Morant is headed to Portland after the Trailblazers and Memphis completed a trade Monday night that sees the Grizzlies starting anew and giving the two-time All-Star a chance to revive his career. Portland sent forward Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray to the Grizzlies as part of the deal. It's a big swing by the Trailblazers and could suggest Portland, with a new owner, Tom Dundon, might not be done making moves just yet. Morant adds to a logjam at the point guard right now in Portland, with Drew Holiday, Damian Lillard, and Scoot Henderson also on the current roster. Morant has averaged 22.4 points for his career, but has played only 79 games over the last 3 seasons because of injuries and suspensions, including a 25-game banishment after he was seen on a live stream holding a gun while he was in the passenger seat of a vehicle. That came not long after an 8-game suspension for flashing a gun in a Denver area nightclub, also captured on social media. From World Cup, a major stunner. Paraguay stunning Germany in a penalty shootout for the biggest upset so far. A major triumph for the landlocked South American country of 7 million people that's surrounded by soccer giants like Argentina and Brazil. Paraguay beating Germany 4-3 on penalties to earn, again, the biggest upset so far, sending Germany home. And another upset later in the evening as Morocco sent the Netherlands packing with their earliest World Cup exit, eliminating the Dutch 3-2 after a 1-1 draw on Monday night. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. Your first look at weather brought to you by Star General. We've got weakening high pressure that's going to remain the dominant weather feature for the majority of the area while maintaining light to moderate breezes along with relatively hot and humid conditions. Ample low-level moisture and daytime heating will trigger bouts of isolated showers and thunderstorms by the afternoon. with conditions becoming increasingly unstable by this evening as a frontal boundary sags southwards across the Bahamas through tonight. Got a slight to moderate risk of rip currents along Atlantic exposed coastlines. And again, the heat and UV indices. UV index expected to be in the very high to extreme range, and the heat index in the triple digits again. So for today, forecast: the extreme northern islands and the southernmost islands looking at a mix of sun and clouds today, turning partly cloudy to cloudy by tonight, with a 20 to 40% chance of showers for the extreme, 10 to 30% chance for the southernmost islands. It's variable at 10 knots or less for the northernmost islands, and northeast to east 50 knots with higher gusts for the southeastern islands. For the rest of us, in the northwest Bahamas, including New Providence, had partly sunny conditions today, turning mostly fair tonight. Similar conditions for the central islands. We're all looking at a 10 to 30% chance of showers with thunderstorms. Winds variable at 10 knots or less for the northwest islands, but northeast to east at 10 to 50 knots, falling light and variable at times for the central islands. Temperatures today look for highs in the northern half of the country getting up to as high as 93 Fahrenheit, 34 Celsius, with the heat index making it feel like it's 104 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight, with that increase in chances for rain getting down to the upper 70s, around 24, 25 Celsius. For the central southeast Bahamas today, highs around 91 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but the heat index will still make it feel like it's 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 79, 80 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook coming up in just a bit. This weather check brought to you by Star General Insurance Made Simple.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way.
It is time for a break, but when we come back, we're discussing today's top stories right here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
Wake up, it's a new day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Guess who's back?
It's that time again for the 31st annual Michael Scootery Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic.
Bring it on now, let's go.
Whether you're a player or a fan, you don't want to miss this one. The action starts July 13th at the Hope Center. Log on to peaceonthestreets.com and register. Come on, everybody, we're going! That's the Peace on the Streets Basketball Classic, where we shoot hoops instead of guns.
Game time.
Come, let's celebrate the Bahamas' independence. Stop by Janae's Uniform Set and get 30% off selected Independence Polo items. Get an additional 10% volume discount for 30 or more pieces. Net items excluded. The net items, Janae's unique limited edition Independence tees. Don't forget the black, gold, and aquamarine ribbons in various sizes to decorate the home or office. Visit Janae's Chesapeake Road or text the Janae's digital team at 817-3295 or email sales@janae's.com or www.janae's.com. Happy Independence, Bahamas, from Janae's.
Wow, it's 35 years already. Where has the time gone? Look at where we have come from. Caribbean Gas would like to say thank you to our valuable customers and our dedicated staff. Let's celebrate this, our 35th anniversary, from June 16th to July 16th. We will celebrate with you. Giveaways, prizes, and surprises. If you spend $50, you are eligible to win a 100-pound cylinder, 50-inch TV gas stove, AC unit, and much, much more. Visit us on Gladstone Road, proud. Caribbean Gas, it's our 35th anniversary. Let's celebrate!
Looking to elevate your gadget game or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
At Cleveland Clinic, you set your course, not cancer. So when your journey takes an unexpected turn, experts who've conquered it before, and you forge new paths to help fight cancers. For every route to a cure, for every care in the world. See how we're innovating cancer care at Cleveland Clinic today.
The world's fast elites are touching down in Barbados. The excitement of the Barbados Grand Prix returns, where elite athletes don't just compete for medals. They battle for team glory in the Caribbean's most electrifying, one-of-a-kind track and field spectacle. Saturday, July 4th, the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. That's where you need to be. Gates open at 3:30 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Grab them via ticketlinks.com and at select outlets island-wide. Saturday, July 4th, the Barbados Grand Prix returns. Be there.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Did you find everything okay today?
Yes, I did. Do you take Google Pay?
Yes, we do.
Great, thank you.
See you again soon.
Tap into convenience. Have you added your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit card, Visa debit card, or MasterCard credit cards to your Google Wallet yet? You can simply tap, pay, and go by using Google Pay from your phone. It's more convenience on the go. Tap into convenience now with CIBC Caribbean and Google Pay.
Reliable and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let printers bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
No one likes a fender bender.
Oh, man.
From a little scratch to a full mashup, NUA Insurance has got you covered with auto insurance tailored to fit your needs and budget. For affordable rates with free on-site accident assistance, visit us online or in branch and just ask us. NUA Insurance. Ask us, because we've got you covered.
Did you find everything okay today?
Yes, I did. Do you take Google Pay?
Yes, we do.
Great, thank you.
See you again soon.
Tap into convenience. Have you added your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit card, Visa debit card, or MasterCard credit cards to your Google Wallet yet? You can simply tap, pay, and go by using Google Pay from your phone. It's more convenience on the go. Tap into convenience now with CIBC Caribbean and Google Pay.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas, Channel 969, and Low Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Duquesa Dean. Duquesa, good morning.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Bahamas. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm good. Thank
All right,
you.
wonderful. Great to have you with us. Great to have you with us today. Got a lot to talk about this morning. Coming up, we're going to find out more about the upcoming second annual Pastoral Honors. Get all about that. And later, in AI or not to AI, should local companies, behaving companies, employ AI images, whether photos or videos, make a whole commercial out of AI when you've got all what message that send to your customers, or is it the cost-effective way to do things? We're going to have a debate on that, a discussion on that. And I want to hear from you on it as well. Do you feel a certain type of way about a business that would use AI as opposed to us?
Okay. Be an interesting conversation.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Mixed feelings, so we'll talk about that.
Should be great. That's coming up this morning. That's all I had. But right now, let's get into what else is in the news. And in the news, quite a lot of interesting stories in the papers today. Before we get into it, I'm just amazed. I'm still in shock. BPL, seriously. So this is where we are. Nobody gives a crap. Bills and still no explanation as to why there aren't any bills. Yeah?
Wow.
Have you received your bill?
No, I've been checking. I haven't gotten my bills yet. I wondered. This happened before, too. This isn't the first time.
You sure?
Yeah.
I mean, was it for everybody or for some people?
Maybe for some people. I know my bill was delayed before. So I don't know if what they're doing. What they really should give a statement about it to say, why it's delayed, or, what people should do. Because it's not like you're not going to get a bill. You're going to eventually get a bill.
But it's rolling into the next period. So Are you going to get two bills in the space of a matter of days? Are you going to get one giant bill? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
But nothing. I mean, nobody cares. It's just like, whatever, they'll have to deal with it. Well, that's just great. We appreciate it.
I wonder what's wrong, though. I really, really wonder.
I mean, what now?
Yeah,
because there's always something. But what now? And, this is not a private entity. This is a government entity. But nobody from the government, nobody who you elected is speaking either. Because, again, who are you? What's the big deal? Okay. Well, that's just how it is.
I wonder if they may not have even thought about it.
Please. The question.
No, they may not have even thought that people are going to be noticing that the bills are late or whatever.
Oh, they thought about it.
Who chases bills?
Okay.
So maybe they're thinking that people won't notice. They should say something.
Care.
They should say something.
They don't care. Nobody cares. Well, we should take our sweet time paying them and dare them to do something about it.
They will turn you off.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they will.
A lot of their things can anyway. Before I get myself arrested this morning. But what's going on? What is going on? Yesterday we said it. At least issue a statement to explain to the public this is what's happening. If you want to take precautions, you could do this or something. Say something. Have the decency as human beings to treat your customers and clients with some respect. But every year you lie to us and tell us you're ready for the summer. So why should we expect any better, right?
Yeah.
I guess. Let's hear from this caller. Caller, what say you on this?
Yeah, this is just what we voted for. It just doesn't work after nothing that they promise works after they're elected. I haven't received a bill for 2 months, and then now they expect us to pay. It's almost like a con, like a scam. They want us to spend another $3,000. Hurry, pay your bill, or we'll turn off your light. This just doesn't work here. I don't know what it is. It's a culture. It's not even a government. It's just This is what we are. It's so frustrating,
Well, instead of talking about this or seeking answers, they're in the House playing games, putting on a...
eating the bill, and then the opposition passes the bill, and then next week they complain and say, "Oh, they didn't." It's so frustrating. I haven't received power to my new construction for a year and 6 months.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
New construction.
What's the excuse?
This place is a total third world.
It's not.
All right?
That's
it's
even
only
insulting.
good for the sea and the beautiful water. That's it.
It's insulting to the third world. But what's the excuse that they're giving you for
No
that?
excuse. They estimated a bill 2 months prior, and then and I pay $1,500 a month for electricity.
No, I mean,
right?
well, what's the excuse for not getting the electricity to reconstruction?
No excuse. No excuse. We had to contact ERCA.
Wow.
And what
We had to contact, and they were and I really appreciate them. They were on it, and I hope they find these corporations because that's what they're there to do.
Wow. Good luck to you. Boy, I know it's rough.
It's a horrible time. It's such a beautiful country with the worst culture.
Yeah. Disgraceful. Yeah. Thank you so much. I hear the frustration. I wish I could give you words of comfort.
Yeah.
But caller, what say you? Good morning. You're live.
Well, you're having a good morning. I'm happy for you.
We are? Oh, okay.
Really,
I mean, we're alive. We're alive.
Good
So that's always good. Sure.
Yeah. But, maybe they're transitioning to AI to get your billing cycle in order. So that may take a while.
Whatever. Just tell the people what's going on.
Well, in the meantime, let's be proactive. If you know your bill used to be $60, pay $60 in this billing cycle on the bill. Don't be the victim to it, okay? Maybe that might be a more proactive approach. But Dwight, there's a story I want you to follow if you would just look into it. These drones that are attacking planes launched from Cuba.
Well, now, where'd that last part come from? Where'd you get that last part from?
Well, because I've seen the tanker ship that offloaded the drones in Cuba. So
When you were in Cuba?
Dwight, you don't have to be... Dwight, you have a wonderful morning.
Oh, boy. That's a serious claim. That's a very serious claim. Most recent, they're not even sure if it was a drone, right? There's a JetBlue pilot who's saying they think that was. I don't think they've confirmed it. But okay. But the drones are... Anyway. Is that a new call? Yeah. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, Dwight.
And Duquesa, yes, good morning.
Good morning, Duquesa. As usual, Dwight, I always say thank you and the Guardian Radio for helping us to digest these issues in a more respectable way. But I wanted to put something to you. Just to, if we don't laugh, we'll cry. When you go to PMH or you go to the gas station and they changing shift and you don't want to get caught there, I think that's what's happening. They just changing shift. In this cycle. They're changing shift. So we just got to be patient and let them change shift.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
Enjoy yourself.
Sure. Thanks a lot. Well, as long as you give people a more flexible way to pay the bill, a shift maybe to pay the bill, right? Everything's fine. You got to say it.
But still communicate. Still tell your clients, like, hey, this is what's happening. Expect delays, or we may be 2 weeks delayed, or whatever. Even if you're doing a handover, communication gets ahead of it. Don't be reactive.
Let's take a couple more calls on this before we move on. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, Duquesa.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. Hey, Dwight, I heard the Prime Minister mention something about cost of living. Yes. I don't think he can seriously tackle the cost of living unless there's price control. When you go to the doctor to buy fish, the guys, you come and you take 3 fish for $20 or $25. And to add to that, then you have to go to someone else to clean the fish. Maybe it's another $5 or $10.
So you don't know what you're paying for the fillet, and you don't know what you're paying for the head and the bones. Also, when you go to the food store, they always have these these items listed as fresh produce. You cannot bring a sweet pepper or broccoli in on Thursday, and next week Tuesday it'll still classify as fresh produce. The prices never decrease. Go to the meat store, the sign always say fresh meat, but yet you don't know if they're charging you for fresh meat or frozen meat, because the meat is always frozen. These African stores, they bring a car part in, maybe it costs $25 where they import it from, and then it's $50. Just yesterday, the PM they're asking for a raise for senators and ministers. Everybody else allowed to have a 3-month probation before you actually get an increase or before you hire.
It's not
so
a
they
raise.
haven't passed the probation yet. They want a price. You have to have standardized pricing control if you say you want to bring the cost of living.
Okay.
Obviously, yeah. It can't be no other way.
Wow. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
You said a lot there. Again, it's mainly duty allowances, not really a raise. Some people would get. There were some proposed raises there, but duty allowances for people who never had them before. But anyway, now a lot of merchants will tell you here that price control is the problem, and that because items are price controlled, they have to mark up other items that are not under price control, and that's why the things that might not necessarily be in what we call breadbasket. That's why those things are expensive, because that's the only way they can make up for the losses on the breadbasket items. So a more free market, I guess, would potentially bring down the cost. And that's what a lot of the local merchants are saying. So I'm not sure if you want government control over that kind of stuff. That might be the issue. That might indeed be the issue. And stifling competition, because prices, you don't see much variance here, right? You go to one store, it's the same price as
Pretty
a competitor. And so I don't think that is the way to go. But I hear you. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
Good morning to Cressa.
Good morning.
Good morning, my blessed Bahamas. Dwight, I want you to give me 2 minutes this morning. As I was listening to you on those casts this morning, I heard you said, the Prime Minister said, any civil doing foolishness, you know what I mean? But he also said, tell him, we'll take your pension, we'll take you home, and we'll get 20 years in jail.
You say he should have said that?
No, he should have said that. See, Dwight, the game over now, we got a country to run, Dwight. Election over. See, the Prime Minister is in a good position right now, Dwight, to fix everything in this country. I want him ultimately the Prime Minister. I come in to see you in short order, sir. Repeal the land holding our back, sir. I got 8 children, 6 grandchildren I signed for. I got help take him. They can't buy land in the island of Blue Problem, so I really born. I remember back in the day, people could buy land for £5. When I finished school, people in afterwards could get land for 1,250 by 100. Come Michael Lord, by price of money 5,000, and then Curl Lab 8,000. How in the devil's the word the land for Curl Lab and that cost $1,300,000? Some Dwight, the Bahamas is a rich country, and a lot of people crying, Dwight. And I just want to say 2 things, but I'm with that accident, Dwight, I'm really sorry. Dwight, I don't know if you're old enough to remember when they had roads dug up, they had a little fireball on the road. I know if you all can remember that, if you are old enough. They had no marking, they had no phone. Man, we can't run the country like this. And Mr. Knows, I want you to be one favor, list this. On Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, have the police car them on the streets, please. Even if they just get the blinkers on by hotspots, nightclubs and stuff, you ain't get locked in body up, if people see these cars park and these lights blinking, like I do in the States, I sure crime will be cut down, man. You got to do your job, man. You as Commissioner, you got to lead by example. Sometimes you got to be the 2 shoes locking one and 2, in a draft with your troops. Time for taking my call, Dwight.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Wow. All right. One more call, and then we want to get into some of the stories today. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Hi, are you there? No. Okay. Let's read these messages, and then we'll get into today's top stories. This person says, you're right, Dwight. I have not received my bill as well, and I've been looking for my bill to pay. Nobody has, apparently. Nobody has, which is very odd. No bill yet means it's outrageous, and they are afraid to send it. Well, it's now in the next pay period. So 2 bills back to back won't make it any less outrageous. One giant bill will be perish the thought, right? Maybe BPL's giving the payment people a Moore's Island type exemption. That would be great. We'd celebrate that. We'd have a block party in the parking lot. Say it.
That would be
Say
great.
it. We'd call for you all to be knighted. I don't know. Whatever. Is that what it is? No BPL bill. I call that progress. Well, cry us a river, you Israelites. Oh, wow. You all voted for progress. Now suck it up and enjoy the next 5 years. Dwight, why are you...
Why are people saying that? Like, I mean, in kind of sort of understand that, okay, the PLP got back into power, but like, right, this is what you voted for. It irritates me because the majority of people didn't vote. You didn't come out to help make a choice. Some people didn't feel it was important to vote, that it wouldn't make a difference if you vote. So why are you throwing jazz?
Well, those people who didn't vote
crazy.
also, well, you get what you deserve. You didn't think you should vote.
Didn't come out to vote.
Right, so everybody...
Shut up.
This person says here, why are you so eager to get a BPL bill? Just be patient, because trust me, that bill will come. I guess they're preparing us for a shock when it arrives. It might be double or tripled. Everybody's so casual about the things that are important. And it's amazing. Okay, I can't read that text. This is my belief, and since there's no data, it's just a belief. BEC has a cash flow problem. When the Pike 24-year deal was first announced, I asked if the arrangement was unusual. Entities in the company facilitating the share offering had a beneficial interest in the company by way of guaranteed management fees and ensuring also large share investments. Where would the performance objective? Bills have been late before, so if you know you've been using the government light, then I suggest you put something on the light bill to be safe. No. This is slackness and ridiculous. Explain yourselves. Say that there's a delay. Say that there's a problem. If you wish you can do this or not, whatever, this will not affect anything. You will have extra time to pay. No biggie. Say something. It looks shady, and we don't trust you because you're always not being truthful with us. You all allow a lot of slackness in the past, people, and this is why they treat us this way. They cannot do this. This is wrong. This is very wrong. My Lord. Anyway, let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
You guess?
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, Dwight. I really look at this as a distraction, because, the bills...
What is the distraction?
Huh?
What's the distraction?
The bills?
Oh, I mean, no one's talking about it, so I don't think it is. I'm the only crazy person talking about it. No, the papers aren't covering it. The media's not covering it. IRCA's not said a word. Nobody's saying anything because you all like foolishness, and that's just the way it is. I need to get with the program.
Exactly
that's
what
all.
They do, right? Because at the end of the day, they can get people talking about it, right?
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah, because right. And Grand Mama, the people, I think they were celebrating the reduction inside their bills, right? So for them, for the bills will coming out right now, right? It ain't gonna be pretty for New Providence, because it ain't gonna be pretty, and this is why these people them are holding this bill, because you have one island celebrating the reduction, and then another island will be crying because of increase. Yeah, Dwight, it come in, because somebody have to pay, and we in New Providence, we are the goons. We have to pay for everybody.
Okay.
It's getting so much harder for us to live in this little island because we subsidizing this, we subsidizing that, but ain't no benefit for us inside this little island. But I'm expecting the bills to be much higher when they bring them out.
Okay. Well, I mean, it is a summer, and consumption, definitely, it's a very hot summer. Consumption has gone up. But I mean, there's an explanation for why their bills are lower. So I'm not sure it's accurate to say what you just said, right? They got the same elimination of the first how many kilowatt hours, and they took off a Dorian era fee that was on. So for those reasons, people saw lower bills. There is an explanation. It isn't because we're going to stick it to Nassau. No, but you owe your customers in Nassau an explanation. That's all I'm saying. Just be decent if you know how to do that. Okay. So we're getting reports of another traffic fatality. This is on top of yesterday and the horror on the weekend, and also in Grand Bahama. And it is very clear that the people in this country do not know how to drive, and have lost all control of their senses when they get behind the wheel.
Legal drivers, Dwight. There are
Yeah.
a lot of people who didn't go through the driving, whatever, understanding the rules. We see it every day. People driving now where it says no entry, they come in right through the corner.
Oh, they don't care.
All sorts of stupidness I witnessed on the road yesterday. Someone on an ATV made a third lane. Like it's like they I don't understand.
Yeah.
And there's no enforcement. There are no cameras to say, okay, this person did this, and them.
Well, there are cameras, but they're not using the cameras for that.
It's like the Wild Wild West out there.
It certainly is. And as you say, a sign saying "Don't do this" means go right ahead. Apparently, do whatever you wish.
Yeah.
And every morning I see it, and like the day after these crashes, you'd think there'd be people behaving a little bit differently. Not at all. They're still on the cell phones. They're still doing whatever they want. And a red light, I guess we have colorblind people. They see. I don't know what's happening. It's out of control. Plus, we have terrible roads. So even if you are paying attention, once you hit something, that can take your car in a totally different direction. So combined, the streets are deadly.
Yeah.
And it's not getting any better. I don't know what we're going to do. We've offered ourselves as, to partner with the relevant government authorities on education. We'll see how that goes. The private entities are more open to it, it seems. But things are dangerous out there. And people are doing all the foolishness that we thought they'd learned not to do.
Listen, crazy.
Yeah.
There was this big dump, those where they put sand on the back of the truck, killing down Chesapeake to Mackey Street. He wasn't even stopping. And then, those big vehicles take so long to stop, and he was speeding. He just flew right out the corner. Like literally we had to stop so that we didn't run into him, because he did not stop at the T-junction.
Yeah.
He treated the T-junction like a curb, and those big vehicles are dangerous.
Yeah. And we see them all over West Bay Street and New Providence Highway going, it seems like 100 miles per hour. They don't care. This is really out of control. So this accident appears to be on Coral Harbor Road. And, of course, people there, whether it's a rainy day, sunny day, it is a racetrack. And the lanes are suggestions, it seems. I don't know. Everything is just madness. And
everyone is speeding. Like, why are you speeding?
What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And like you say, people are for following the rules, for trying to get a license the right way, for trying to be in a licensed vehicle, for trying to do what the law requires. It's just why are you doing it? Like, you're an idiot. Why are you paying the government money to license a vehicle? That doesn't make any sense. This is the mentality.
Exactly. And a lack of enforcement of the traffic rules. If there is no consequence, there will be no change.
And, I don't know. You can't tell whether things are real. You don't know if people have things all mixed up. But there are videos going around of someone who people are claiming was the driver in that horrible accident Saturday.
Oh, no.
And he seems to be doing pretty okay.
Wow.
I don't know who. It's one thing to make the video, but to post it or to share it with somebody who clearly sent it to the world.
Wow.
It's very important. poor taste.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know who we are anymore. I don't know who we are. Ah, boy. Let's hear from you. 323-6232. 325-4316. Can you imagine?
I can't.
Doesn't make any sense. 325-4259. Did you see the videos?
No, I didn't.
From the footage from the buildings. This is never the police who releases anything.
No, I've never seen.
But
No.
the driver, I mean, the person who got out of the driver's seat was just like, everything was fine.
Wow.
Everything was fine.
I don't know. I know everyone is speculating if alcohol was a part of it, but perhaps they were they were like not in their right mind or something. Maybe the trauma response, maybe the alcohol. I don't know, because how could you?
We don't know about the substance, but definitely speed was a factor, and the road is poor.
How could you be all right? So
Speed was a factor. The road is poor, and there are too many people in the vehicle. But the driver got out and walked and was fine, and barely has a scratch.
Wow.
So, let's hear from you. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. How are you?
Well, it's a stressful morning.
DeGrasse, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. Listen, Dwight, I think DeGrasse hit the nail on it. First of all, I want to send condolences to the families of the girls or the family or boys that were lost in the accident. But you hit the nail on the head with something that I kind of irritates me every time I drive. But the reality is, and I want you and DeGrasse, when you'll have an opportunity, if you do drive in the night, there's a huge responsibility by the Ministry of Works on our streets, right? And one of them, if you really look at the majority of our main streets, there's no striping on the road. All right, so a lot of drivers have tried to figure out where the median of the road is. Two, I remember back in the day, I don't know if they move away from that, there used to be these reflectors in the middle of the road showing dividers.
Mm-hmm.
And if you drive in the night as well, around town, whenever you have time, Dwight or DeGrasse, Nassau is poorly lit. Majority of the street lights are not working. You barely can see, so if you're not taking your time. So a lot of that is contributing, and I think there's a responsibility from the Ministry of Works to ensure. I know paving roads is one thing, but if the proper, markings, lighting, and those things, a combination of those things is not there, it also compounds the behavior of some of the bad drivers. But I'll hang up on this.
Yeah. We talked about, thank you very much, caller. We talked about it yesterday and last week, the street lights. It's unbelievable. It's been months on Tonic Williams Darling Highway. Months from the roundabout with Blue Hill.
So is that
no lights. Months on JFK. Months all over. The lights are out. When you ask BPL, they'll tell you it works, and Works will tell you it's this, and they say every name except agriculture comes up. But nobody's doing anything.
Is it like out on contract? Like, I want to know that. Like, has that been subcontracted to someone?
Whatever it is, the lights aren't working.
It's crazy.
And the ones that do work are very dim.
Dwight, like, the things that are so irritating, and I don't talk a lot about some of this stuff because everyone's just talking, and it is so annoying. Because you remember when they spent all that money to put them stupid big yellow crap in the road, but if you in this spot when the traffic light turn, you getting a ticket, this the safe zone. Whatever. You remember them big yellow?
Yes. But what do you mean by spend money? That they passed a law, DeQuessa. A law. It is against a law to be blocking up an intersection.
They paid somebody to paint those yellow boxes in the road.
They washed away with the first heavy rain, and now everyone blocks up the intersection like it's their right. But it is a law. This is the most clownish place in the Western Hemisphere. This doesn't make any sense at all, what we're doing. It doesn't make any sense. But instead, in the House of Assembly, instead of talking about these issues, and instead of addressing all of these concerns that we've had, this is the type of stuff that's going on. You heard this yesterday? Like, what is this?
Yeah,
Yes, Madam Speaker. I rebuke you. Madam Speaker, why? I rebuke you. Why, Madam Speaker? And I telling you, you better take a seat. Madam you Speaker. Better take a seat. Madam Speaker. I am tired of you challenging, and you don't know anything about me, nor my character. Do you hear me? You don't know me. And I joined the member, because when you were seeking a nomination, I remember you too. So be very quiet. Cut it out. I am not out of anything. You don't come here and tell me how to conduct myself in this chair. And I am not covering up for anybody.
It goes on for many minutes. This is not a laughing matter. Wow,
No,
that
because
exchange,
this is a cycle.
That exchange might have been, if it were a comedy show, hilarious. But this is what's going on. Instead of addressing the challenges in our country, we have this theater in the House of Assembly.
And that's exactly what it is, a theater.
And the Prime Minister talked about it, right? Because people are coming in here for performances. Yeah. Sometimes, anyway, this is madness. We have been talking about the same things for 14 years. Stuff isn't getting changed. What are we doing?
Nothing.
Nobody's answering these questions. They keep lying to us. Oh, we're investigating. Oh, we've launched an investigation. We have have you heard any results of any investigation in the last decade? Governments change and the investigation goes by the wayside. New investigations are launched. You never hear anything. And then on some sideline somewhere, oh, yeah, that matter. Well, that person no longer is. Huh? And the lights are still out.
Yeah.
Giant holes. People driving like they really don't want to live. And nothing is being done. Every day, people on the streets of New Providence are a witness to, I cannot believe a human in a vehicle just did that.
Exactly.
And nothing. Nothing.
Exactly.
They've lied to us. They've told us that they were looking at putting in place a law so they could use the CCTV footage to track down these people who are violating and terrorizing our streets. But where's that?
It's us. It's really us, Dwight. I ain't gonna lie.
But you could tune in to Channel 420 for
comedy,
arts and entertainment. Yeah,
right, for comedy.
But okay, this is what we're about. Let's hear from you, caller. This is infuriating. What say you?
Morning, all.
Hi.
Morning.
Yeah.
So I am 53 years old, right? I'm 2 months removed from our birthday of this country, or the independence of this country. And for the past 15, 20 years or so, I've been becoming increasingly despondent about the state of my country. From its citizens, we have become a people I don't know. I mean, I grew up in a time where we were never perfect, but we were decent to some degree. All right? We were decent people, man. And what we have today is a far cry from, even in our imperfections, a far cry from where that was. And we are on the precipice of celebrating another independence. And Dwight, like I said, I'm increasingly not impressed. I'm not happy. I'm not joyful about celebrating this independence, because we are not the people that we could be or used to be. Mm-hmm. We are terrible. We are. When I say we are terrible, we are terrible. Just look at how we treat one another in the streets and when we drive. Okay, that's a clear indicator of how we feel about one another. When you want to take my rights on the streets, that says a whole lot about how you treat one another in your regular day life.
Wow.
It says a whole lot. And we are just selfish When I say selfish, we are very, very selfish. We don't care. We will take your rights, and you better be fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right? As it relates to the streets and all the taxes that we pay for these roads, I mean, again, we just slap the tire on the streets. We don't care if the road is graded. I don't know who these engineers are at Road Ministry of Works, but paving, it leaves much to be desired. You and I travel nice, pristine roads. When you leave the roadside, you have a nice, pristine exit off of that road. We have these roads that when you leave the side of the road, there's dirt, there's gutter, there's bush. I mean, for all these years, for all these 53 years, this is pretty much what I grew up in the 80s. Nothing really has changed about the way we do things. Our infrastructure is old and horse and buggy type situation. I mean, it's just terrible.
Yeah.
For the amount of taxes that we pay. We can't keep the roads striped. We pay one time and we think that's supposed to last forever. The roads aren't striped. We pay. It's almost like we pave roads and that's all we do. We don't stripe roads anymore. We just don't stripe them, and that adds to the chaos of people not being respected, not being respectable of each other on the streets, on the roads.
Yeah.
And so it's just terrible, man. I don't know how we get out of this, right? Because we are increasingly going in the wrong direction as a people. As a people, you know what I mean? It's so sad.
It's heartbreaking.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
If this is the only country that we know for our children, come on, man. What are they gonna grow up in?
It's terrifying to think about.
I feel like we're in a horse and buggy age because we're not progressing. We are regressing.
We're stuck.
Yeah.
In some weird vortex. It's just spinning. We're just spinning. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm almost on the verge of tears. It's just very sad what's happening. And anything goes, and nobody cares.
Yep.
The number of people walking around clearly out of their mind, that we've been talking about that from the beginning of this show.
Yeah.
It's increased. You could count, right? Remember, when I was in my 20s, you could count the 10 guys. But now every week there are new people. Like, who's this one? And then there are areas where they never used to be.
They're
there. And nobody is like using this. Like, do you see this person?
Yeah.
But I don't know what's
happening. I mean, Dwight, they see them, because I do remember when who from the Crown visited the other day. Not that it was literally the other day, but there were no homeless people on the streets. They had them either in lockup or they had them in. I don't know where they cleaned up the streets for those people to go, but there was nobody on the streets.
Yes. So what are you saying? We should invite King Charles to live here, and then maybe things will get better?
No, it only makes a difference when outside eyes are coming in, or when it's not a citizen. That's when it makes a difference. And if you just drive around, and some of this is on the government, some of this is on people. If you just drive around our country, you could see that many of us do not have pride, even in where we live, on the streets we live in, the homes that we live in. Like, it's just this whole country just looks like filth. If you drive around, everything is dusty and dirty in certain areas. The buildings look like the paint was there from 1962 and it's peeling off the wall, but there's a commercial building where businesses are operating from. Why? Why is downtown filthy and smells like urine? Why?
Wow. One more call, and then we have a whole lot of your text messages. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air. Hi, good morning. Are you there? Hi, good morning. You're live. Okay. Good morning. We can hear you.
Good morning. Pleasant day. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Pleasant day. Pleasant day. Yes, thank you. Once upon a time, I heard someone ask or made a statement, well, it's a regular statement, that the people are from us. And and it was considered see it in a positive way because with all the stress that is going on, I had 2 occasions where I had flat tires because of the edge of the road. Since passed by and asked whether I was good, if I needed any help, and things like that. So I want us to have a little bit of a hope that things will get better, because even the parliamentarians, they grew up with us. They are from us. We voted for them to be better, to give them a pension too, because once they get a second term, they get a pension and all that, and we expect them to do better. In regard to the road, Tonic-Will and Darden Highway was done in 2004, and it has really survived a long set of years. And some of the other roads can do a good 5 years, can do 4 years. But we just got to keep on keeping on and hope and pray that people realize that they were not voted in just for themselves, and they were not voted in to be above criticism. And
hope and pray. Okay.
Yeah. And so it's going to get better. That's all I can say. And I want to encourage everyone to be proud to be Bahamian and even celebrate the independence as one, 100%. And if we do that and also vote 100%, then things may be better.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Some text messages as we get ready to go to the news. This person says here, Dwight, the country is not New Providence. Countless of the other islands are still beautiful and peaceful. Nassau is not the Bahamas. I hear you, but it's a majority of the people. Large majority. More than 70, was it now more than 75%? So I don't know. I don't know if we can say that. The places where very few Bahamians live are perfect, but where most Bahamians live, it's chaos. We got a problem. That's a big problem. A big problem. This person says here too, I too want to know where the striping is in New Providence. 2 cars swerving into my lane just this morning. Where are the lines? The government's priority right now is to give themselves salary increases. That's the progress they're reaching for. Okay. Anything goes and nobody cares. That's why some of us don't vote seriously. Well, that's dumb. That's exactly why we end up where we are. You can't continue with that one. Do you think we can hire engineers from the great U.S. that right next door to completely redo all the roads in this decent country? What would be You could do anything you want, but does that make sense? You've got great engineers here. Clearly, there's something else going on. What is it? That's the problem. Let's take a break from the news. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. And now at 8:22, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. So we've got a weekend that's going to remain the dominant weather feature across most of the country today, while maintaining light to moderate breezes, along with relatively hot and humid. Ample low-level moisture and daytime heating will trigger bouts of isolated showers and thunderstorms by this afternoon. Conditions becoming increasingly unstable by this evening as a frontal boundary sags southwards towards the Bahamas through tonight. So the combined effects of the front and a westward-bound tropical wave moving south of the Bahamas will cultivate a relatively wet and unstable weather pattern for the next few days heading into the weekend. Slightly drier and windy conditions are expected across portions of the central and southeast Bahamas as a plume of Saharan dust moves into the area following the wave. But by the beginning of next week, expect more widespread showers and thunderstorms, and another tropical wave will move in with an upper-level disturbance across the region. Ahead of that, though, for today, we've got a slight to moderate risk of rip currents along Atlantic exposed coastlines. And the heat index expected to be in the triple digits, the UV index in the very high to extreme range again. So for today, the Northwest Bahamas, including New Providence and the Central Islands, looking at partly sunny conditions, turning mostly fair tonight with a 10 to 30% chance of showers with possible thunderstorms. The extreme northern islands like Grand Bahama and Abaco looking at a mix of sun and clouds today, turning partly cloudy to cloudy tonight with a 20 to 40% chance of showers with thunderstorms. The Southeast Bahamas also looking at a mix of sun and clouds today, turning partly cloudy tonight with a 10 to 30% chance of showers with possible thunderstorms. Temperatures today a bit warmer for you in the northern islands, the northern half of the country, looking at highs around 93 Fahrenheit, 34 Celsius. The heat index will make it feel like it's 104 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to around 77, 78 Fahrenheit, 25 Celsius. For the central and southeast Bahamas, highs are 33 Celsius. The heat index will make it feel like it's 102 Fahrenheit, 39 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to 79 to 80 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. In your extended outlook for tomorrow, Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds for most areas, turning fair to partly cloudy at night. A bit cloudier for you in the northern and southeast Bahamas. A 20 to 40% chance for showers for most areas. Thursday, again, partly cloudy at first with gradual clearing and hazy conditions for the central and southeast Bahamas, but partly cloudy to cloudy for the northern half of the country. A 20 to 40% chance of showers for the northern half of the islands. And by Friday, partly cloudy to cloudy once again for the northern half, a mix of sun and clouds and hazy elsewhere. And that should hold into the weekend, with rain chances jumping up quite a bit by the time we get to Sunday, into especially Monday. That's your Morning Blend Weather Check, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. If you're ready to refresh your space, your local Sherwin-Williams has top quality paints and everyday discounts to help you save only at Sherwin-Williams. And at 8:27, time for check of traffic. Brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. So we told you about this, and it is breaking news. We do have another traffic fatality on Coral Harbor Road, a terrible, terrible looking accident, and it appears that Coral Harbor Road has been closed to vehicular traffic for now. We do not know how long it's going to be. Police not giving us any details, but motorists letting us know there's no access while they are on the scene of this fatality. So that means that folks being turned around, and Carmichael Road, not pretty at this hour, as that is one of the few routes for you. And other areas also noticing the heavier traffic at this hour, including Adelaide Road and Frank Watson Boulevard and Western Road. But so Coral Harbor Road not accessible at this hour because of that fatality. Elsewhere, again, Carmichael seeing heavy traffic, and we're seeing on Milo Butler Highway slow-moving northbound traffic from well south of the Fire Trail roundabout straight through to Tawny Williams-Darling Highway. Tawny Williams-Darling Highway also seeing some slow-moving westbound traffic. And Blue Hill Road, as usual, from St. Vincent, but especially north of Carmichael. We've got that heavy northbound traffic all the way up to Independence Drive. East Street, north and south of the Soldier Road intersection, with the northbound slow-moving traffic there straight through the roundabout with East-West Highway and Independence Drive onto Robinson at this hour. The other side of Robinson, heavy traffic for you there from the intersection with Prince Charles and Soldier straight up to Marathon, and Marathon Road seeing some very slow-moving traffic northbound all the way up to Wolf Road. Wolf Road, various spots at the major intersections, you've got some congestion and slow-moving traffic. Shirley Street busy for you this morning west of Village Road. And essentially up to Mackey Street, seeing some heavy traffic there. And some slow-moving traffic on the Sidney Poitier Bridge heading over to Paradise Island at this hour. Those are your hot spots. That's your real-time traffic. And again, the traffic fatality on Coral Harbor Road. The road is closed for now. We'll keep you posted once we get updates on that. Avoid that area if you can. That's your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend traffic alert, brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. Need cover you can count on? You can buy motor insurance your way. Stop by your nearest branch or visit nuainsurance.com. Simple, secure, and ready when you are.
Your next career opportunity awaits. Join the Great Stirrup Key Job Fair on Monday, June 29th and Tuesday, June 30th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Department of Labor, Carmichael Road. We're hiring certified lifeguards, landscapers, restroom attendants, cooks, assistant cooks, kitchen attendants, beach and yard attendants, environmental managers, assistant safety managers, and more. Bring your resume, passport, NIB card, and police record. Take the next step in your career with Great Stirrup Key.
KB and Sting, coming with the Bohemian Ting. Come on. Woo! Oh, yeah. Yes.
I's a Bohemian, hairy, born and bred. When I did, I's a Bohemian, and I always late. If you want me there by 9, better tell me come 8. See, I's a Bohemian, and I don't like say nobody gonna spend my money when I go to my grave. Yes, I's a Bohemian, don't wanna make no fuss. But if you we know, but outside tell you we one of us. Like Andrews grabbing though, don't act like you don't know, you know. And you know. Oh.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strong with Duquessadine on this Tuesday morning. We've been telling you about this traffic fatality on Coral Harbor Road, seeing some pictures. It's not another grisly scene, folks, another grisly scene. And these vehicles are being ripped apart with the way folks are driving. And it doesn't seem to matter how many accidents we've had. People aren't learning their lesson. I guess they all think they're invincible. The question, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, Dwight, and it's hard. It's like these small cars that you know if you knock, it's going to be really, really serious. So why take the chance on speeding and doing all this stuff that could potentially cause you to get harmed.
Yeah. But speeding is one thing, but to be reckless is, and they're taking chances. They're weaving and bobbing behind you. You're riding your bumper. They're practically attached to you. And like, what are you doing? Because if somebody's going to run me into everything.
I just don't think they think about that part.
Oh.
Like, I don't think that they think beyond what their particular desire is. I need to get to a particular place by X amount of time, or this person driving too slow, or whatever.
No, they don't have anywhere to go. They don't have anywhere to go.
They don't process it though, Dwight. If I do this, these things can happen. Like, they don't process it. They can't.
Sometimes when I have nothing to do, I follow the people who've been riding behind me like that, and they're always heading to a fast food drive-through. 98% of the time.
Stop that, Dwight.
Okay. Okay.
Stop that, Dwight.
Oh, 98% of the time. I'm like, well, look at this.
Wow.
You must be very hungry.
Oh, I just think speed is a factor for them. Like, I don't even know if it matters where they're going. Like, they just want to speed. Why?
Yeah.
A car is like it's a machine. And I just don't know if people understand. Like, this is not something that you play with, you weaving and bobbing and you doing all this stupidness in a car that could mangle you. If one little thing happened, if a stone is in or whatever, you're going to take a risk of killing yourself and innocent people who may be law-abiding on the street because you want to do stupidness.
Yeah. Wild stuff. All right. Well, again, condolences to everyone involved in that. We're waiting for details. Again, the road is closed, it appears, while investigators deal with this, and it keeps happening. It keeps happening. Back to back to back. It's wild. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be talking about the second annual pastoral honors. We'll get to that in just a few. And then later we're having a debate. We're having a discussion on whether local business in their advertising, in their flyers, in their video commercials, no Bahamians, just AI. Is that wise? Would you, or not? Cost effective? Maybe there's some benefits. We'll go through all of it today. That's coming up. We just want to take the last of your calls and have a whole lot of your text messages to get to. And there is, as usual, another one of these court cases that will leave you questioning everything about this place. But let's take these calls quickly. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
A pleasant good morning, Mr. Strachan, and your guest.
Hi, good morning.
Well, Mr. Strachan, I had a scare yesterday. Now, I've been retired from 2010. I'm going up Blue Hill Road. You know, I normally sit home because I don't have nowhere to go other than the food store, gas station, and back home. And going up Blue Hill Road yesterday morning now, must be after 10. When I approached close by, I said, Barnabas, by that Shell gas station. I saw this guy on the side on the sidewalk. And he appeared to wait just as I was reaching him, and I'm going, the light is green, and he walked straight across my van. Didn't slow down, didn't nothing. I look at this guy good. I could have hit him. But I say, no, let me stop. Then I looked at this guy, got an ankle bracelet on. I said, my Lord. Told him when he's out of jail with this ankle bracelet. I said, now, that's this fella might even have a gun. You got to watch out. This little country, when it comes to roads, is dangerous out there. You don't know what's going on. People don't, pedestrians don't look for traffic. They figure the traffic must watch for them. And I remember as a youngster coming from Madeira Street, headed west by St. Thomas Mall. I don't know if you remember, but policemen there is called Arrington Bumpy. Now, that fellow used to enforce the law. I'm on my brother's bicycle, but the bicycle wasn't licensed, and he noticed it. You know what he did? He pulled me over. I took out a knife, and he punctured both of my tires. He said, well, you go walk home. He just cut the tires, and I had to walk over the bike. 2 flat tires. He used to enforce the law. We need police start doing things like that. These guys going around these motorbikes with double lane traffic, and they going up with one wheel, going up on one wheel up in the air and going down the traffic. Like, nobody cares about The graveyard never gets full, you know. Have a good day.
Okay. All right. Well. DeQuesta, how you feel about that type of policing? I mean, that's one way to deal with things.
That would create such an uproar in society today. I mean, back in the day, that was pretty acceptable because chances are once
You sure it was? I don't
yeah, because
know.
once he got home with his parents gave him a whooping for being out there and breaking the law.
But today the parents would go back and blow up the police station.
Exactly.
Right,
They would try to blow up the whole police station. They would be carrying on so bad nobody could touch their child, correct their child. Like the more we've gotten into this lack of community parenting where people can't correct you or correct your children, or like I believe that's when our decline really started. Don't touch my child.
Mm-hmm.
People go into the school like teachers when their children are wrong.
Yeah. One more call and we'll get to these messages. Good morning, call, you're on the air. Hi, good morning, you're on. Hi, good morning, we can hear you.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Strong. Good morning, Aggressor.
Hi.
Mr. Strong, I'm agreeing with everything what Aggressor is saying, but, Sparky highlighted something, right? A friend of mine, he's 50-something, he has a motorcycle, he goes to work on it. So his father called him yesterday, he wanted to call him for. He called him, tell him, you go in to the insurance company to insure your bike, and you go in to license the bike. So I said, you mean to tell me you ride this bike all the time and was insured? He said, pardon me. I said, but guess what? You know something, Mr. Strong? You listening?
Yeah.
The compounding factors are, someone talk about the low level of lighting, right? At a certain age, and then people are wearing tints also. Remember that. Also, people are not stopping at stop signs like the Crest are highlighted, Aaron is highlighting everything. Spatial awareness, like blocking up the roads when you could allow someone to go east-west and you're heading north-south. So this is why you have to use words to draw people's attention. This is why I say we have a lot of mindless idiots. When you say they're not mindful, that's what it is. You see the idiotic driving. You see about 75% of these motorcycles don't have any license, no license plate, no insurance, and no sense. And so you see what's going on. It's being allowed to proliferate because they don't care about this. But there's a joke about Shirley Street. I'm upset. We saw those beautiful young ladies killed. Dwight, that's really heartbreaking for somebody like me. So those ladies, man, and they were quality people. So imagine when Shirley Street was a two-way street, Aggressor. You can imagine that, Dwight Swan, you old enough to remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So they have allowed us to fend for themselves. Hence the term self-governance. We are governing ourselves on the road. You guys keep taking what people say for a joke, but you have to listen to what people are saying. They're hearing us talk every day, But they're in the house, some like a mouse, and they beating their head on the desk, and they still saying, God bless. And to the speaker, she should lose some weight, man. Don't let them people...
Wait, okay, that's out of order and uncalled for. Oh my God. Okay, let's read these messages. This person says here, what is crazy is the big heavy trucks racing through the streets in New Providence. They are competing with the jitneys. I don't know what they're doing, but they are trying to kill us, without a doubt.
Exactly.
Without a doubt.
Exactly. And then I know there's this commercial school now that's supposed to be, teaching them how to, you need a special commercial license and the commercial school to teach you how to navigate the road. They go to these classes and come out and come back on the street and still do stupidness.
This person says here, things will not change until people begin to sue the government. Don't say pipe dreams because they damaged my car and I got remuneration. Yeah, well, I agree. We have plenty grounds for class action lawsuits. But we just need the legal assistance. Why should we pay? Yeah, okay, read that. Why should we pay the speaker an additional... Yeah. I was driving on Bernard Road, and the driver behind me pulled out to overtake me. The car in front of me, wide construction vehicle that we couldn't see around. We have some they tried to overtake all of you? That's what you're saying. We have some very reckless drivers overtaking on curves, across solid center lines, 2 and 3 cars at a time. It's crazy on these streets. Yeah, every day. Please note that 80 to 90% of our government system needs a complete overhaul. It is a complete mess. Now, they said messy. I don't know if this is a nod to what's happening with the World Cup, but they said it's a complete messy. Okay. If 900 plus illegals, oh boy, are coming on our national plane each week for the last 4 years. Obviously, they're not illegal if they're arriving that way. So what are you saying? None of these people knew how to drive prior. Oh, so you think it's them? Oh, because you don't know any Bahamians who don't have a valid driver's license and are driving a vehicle that is unlicensed and unregistered and uninsured. You don't know one at all. Not one. It's all foreigners. Yeah? Very hilarious person. Okay, listen to the police carefully. When a man falls out of a tree, they say they're going to investigate. When there's a murder, they don't necessarily say they're going to investigate. They say, come forward with your information. The country is a comedy show. The House of Assembly is a comedy show. If you want better, do better. Help get these people out. This election was bought, not won. Wow, okay. Oh, boy. Are you able to talk about the case of the 12-year-old? Yeah, we're going to get to that in just a second. I will be 53 this Friday, and I have to echo the statements of that previous caller. This is before the break for news, because we are old enough to know when Bahamians were better than this. What breaks my heart is that I know we can do better, but we have descended into near madness as a country. It's a very selfish place right now. Everybody's looking out for their own interest.
But Dwight, I think that we also can't discount the influences of other cultures, and I'm not just talking about the Creole culture. We have so many different nationalities that live among us, and they, their cultures have started to merge, and they're good, they're bad, everything.
Yeah. And when you have laws, you enforce the laws, and whoever is living in the country has to obey the laws.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter who all's living here. This is what we do.
Enforce the law.
Yeah.
Chaos is what's going to happen.
Yeah. So that's the bigger issue. They would get in line if this is how we do things in the country. But you can if you want, and no one's going to stop you. That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's crazy. So we have no one to blame but ourselves, because you can't do this. And it's only getting worse, and everybody's doing what they want. We've made laws, and we've literally allowed them to be washed away, like you mentioned with the intersection.
Every law, Dwight,
whatever.
Let's just be real. Every law, there's the law to wear a seatbelt. You drive around all the time, people aren't wearing seatbelts. There's a law, don't be on the phone. There's a law for this, there's a law for that. It's like, let's just have some fun, let's just make some laws, and then after that, it's on the book and nothing else. There's no enforcement. So what you going to make the law for?
Yeah. Really quickly, as we get ready to go to the break, this is just to, again, it's every day. Some of these are the same cases, but they're new ones, and it keeps happening, and we're not getting any better with this. But ex-con acquitted of unlawful sex with preteen. A New Providence man has been acquitted of having an unlawful sexual relationship with a 12-year-old girl that prosecutors say he met online. After deliberating for almost 2 hours, a Supreme Court jury acquitted 25-year-old Antorn Johnson by a vote of 6-2 following a trial before Justice Wilhelmina Archer Mintz. Johnson, who was sentenced to 18 years in prison after pleading guilty to the same crime back in 2021, cried in response to the jury's verdict. According to the prosecution's case, Johnson met the 11-year-old girl on Facebook in January 2023. They allegedly developed an online friendship that resulted in Johnson picking up the then between June 2023 and October 2023 to have sex. According to the girl, she had relations with Johnson twice in his car and at her home and at his home. The witness said that Johnson told her his name was Chris. Jurors saw the lewd and crude messages that Chris allegedly sent to the complainant. The alleged incidents came to light in 2024 when the girl saw Johnson's car while she was with her mother. She told her mother what allegedly happened between her and Johnson. The mother followed Johnson's car and she called the police. The mother flirted with Johnson until the police arrived and arrested him. Johnson denied the allegations and claimed that he didn't know the girl. His lawyer attacked the shoddy police investigation, as police did not examine Johnson's phones, although he was arrested unexpectedly. On the other hand, the prosecutor said the complainant was able to describe Johnson's home and knew that his bed was on blocks, which was confirmed by crime scene photos. She said that the girl was easily tricked by an old man. Okay. But he was acquitted. He was acquitted.
What?
Hmm.
Mm. Wow. Wow.
Let's take a break.
Criminals running on our streets, though.
Hmm?
It's crazy.
They've taken over. Well, maybe
They've
they never
taken
stopped. The piracy, it's always been.
And it's sad. A shorty police work could let a pedophile and a child molester get back on the street.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we're missing something. The jury must have heard something else as well, because it's just nothing's making any sense here. But this is typical.
It is.
Read that story and more in today's NASA Guardian, folks. And we'll be back. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio. We got some pastors here. Maybe they could guide us through this mess that we're in. We'll be back. Stay with us.
So proud to be Bohemian. Yes! I'm a Bohemian going on. Watch this.
See, I's a Bohemian. I love to compete. But when my side lose, I say they cheat. See, I's a Bohemian. And I like the Vince. I like the Lakers too, but only when they win. I's a Bohemian. Shopping is a thing. Go Miami for 2 days, come back talking with slang. See, I's a Bohemian. I come with a price. You say you want my vote, better treat me right. Them Africo Conky Joe, oh how I love them so they know. Yes, how Bohemian go. Yeah, they know. How my people go.
Join us at Galina's Customer Appreciation Day, Saturday, July 4th at number 308 East Bay Street. Get free health screenings and sign up for the Colina Portal. Enjoy delicious food from Bar Girls, Elevated Barbecue, and the Corn Roaster. Meet Fitness Connection and Bohemian Brewery and learn more about their products and their services. There's fun for the whole family with face painting, games, bouncing castles, crab catching, egg and spoon races, sock races, and more. And there will be prizes and giveaways. You may win a TV, phone, laptop, or a resort day pass. It's all happening Saturday, July 4th at number 308 East Bay Street. Come and join the fun.
World, we have to do so much. Bank of CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening, we know the way you feel. CIBC, ambitions made real.
The world's fastest athletes are touching down in Barbados. The excitement of the Barbados Grand Prix returns, where elite athletes don't just compete for medals. They battle for team glory in the Caribbean's most electrifying, one-of-a-kind track and field spectacle. Saturday, July 4th, the Usain Bolt Sports Complex. That's where you need to be. Gates open at 3:30 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Grab them via ticketlinks.com and at select outlets island-wide. Saturday, July 4th, the Barbados Grand Prix returns. Be there.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, we offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Wake up and cash in with Everybody Wins Live. For the entire month of June, every purchase made between 6 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. at participating stores gives you a chance to win exciting prizes, surprise rewards, and qualify for our early bird morning spin. Catch those early hours, play big, and have a shot to win even bigger in the month of June. More hours, more fun, and more opportunities live, where the early bird always wins. Terms and conditions apply. Remember to game responsibly.
Did you find everything okay today?
Yes, I did. Do you take Google Pay?
Yes, we do.
Great, thank you.
See you again soon.
Tap into convenience. Have you added your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit card, Visa debit card, or MasterCard credit cards to your Google Wallet yet? You can simply tap, pay, and go by using Google Pay from your phone. It's more convenience on the go. Tap into convenience now with CIBC Caribbean and Google Pay.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
KB and Sting, coming with the Bohemian ting. Come on. Woo! Oh, yeah. Yes.
I's a Bohemian, hair and born and bred. I don't want to live nowhere else, even when I dead. I's a Bohemian, and I always late. If you want me there by 9, better tell me come 8. See, I's a Bohemian, and I don't like say nobody gonna spend my money when I go to my grave. Yes, I's a Bohemian, don't wanna make no fuss, but if you we know, but outside turn, you was one of us. Like Andrews grabbing dope, don't act like you don't know, you know. Man, you know. Oh, man, you how know. Bohemian go. How they go, how they go, how they go. Oh, don't you know? Man, you know. Yes, man, you know. How Bohemian go. How they go, how they go, how they go. Let's go. So proud to be Bohemian. Yes. Man, no I can go now. Watch this. I's a Bohemian, I love to compete, but when my side lose, I say they cheat. See, I's a Bohemian, and I like the Fins. I like the Lakers too, but only when they win. I's a Bohemian, shopping is a thing. Go Miami for 2 days, come back talking with slang. See, I's a Bohemian, I come with a price. You say you want my vote, better treat me right. Them Apago, Conky Joe, oh how I love them so they know. Man, you know. Yes, man, how Bohemian go. How they go, how they go, how they go. Yeah, they know. Man, you know.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with DeQuesta Dean. Changing gears now, the second annual Pastoral Honors, just days away. And here to tell us all about it, we're very pleased to have with us in studio Bishop Mark Knowles. We have Pastor Kevin Harris, and joining us on Zoom, we have Dr. Devin Roll. Good morning to all of you. Great to have you with us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Devin, you're there?
I'm here.
Okay,
Good morning.
Great to have you with us. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we've been talking about a lot of challenging things this morning, so
Yeah.
we're glad to have you all here.
Right.
But I don't know if you have any words for us. We're kind of dispirited this morning, DeQuesta, right? We're a little so frustrated by some of the things happening, so concerned.
I'd call it passionate. I'd call it passionate.
Just any guidance, any words of encouragement that you can give to us and the Bahamian people at this time where we have so
Certainly.
many questions about what's happening?
Certainly. I'm happy you raised it, Dwight. I certainly wanted to take this opportunity to extend my condolences on the tragic passing. It was 5 young ladies, one in Grand Bahama, 4 here in New Providence, and then, of course, we've heard about another accident in Abaco, one this morning in Coral Harbor. There's something going on, and certainly we want to first extend heartfelt condolences to all family members who are this morning. Very difficult process to lose a child. You're talking about whether that child is your biological child, a step child. It is extremely difficult to get a phone call. Or in some cases, you heard one of the relatives say they got videos and pictures before they could even confirm that it was indeed their relative. And so all of us, myself and Bishop, we were just talking outside about, having children and children who drive. Mm-hmm. And we're at that age and stage now where our children are driving, and I wouldn't tell anybody any lie. You say a prayer every day, and every time they go out, and you continue to encourage them. So last night, my wife, my children, and I was sitting down celebrating my birthday yesterday, and so
happy belated birthday!
Thank you. And so we were just having a little family conversation, but it had to come up, so we had to talk to them about what happened, and we had to raise the issue about speed, about road safety, about the importance of. My daughter said it best. Also, being careful of the influence of peer pressure. Also being careful about choices that one make, right? Mm-hmm. Now, we don't know all the circumstances, and I'm not alluding to anything regarding any of the accidents. But certainly, I think all of us are quite aware that we were all young at some point in our lives. Mm-hmm. And being young, sometimes you are sometimes guided by emotions and other things. And certainly, we will see in the incoming days and months what really happened. Yeah. But what we do know, there are a number of families who are grieving, and we do understand that some of the young ladies had some tremendous opportunities ahead of them in terms of scholarships, opportunities to pursue some things. And when we have these kinds of moments, I believe it's a chance for us to take a break and pause and reflect. And again, we think about, and I certainly think about them. I don't know them personally, but I'm thinking about these young ladies. I'm thinking about the parents. I'm thinking about the aunts and uncles and what they're going through. And all we can say to them this morning, and I'll let my other colleagues chime in, is that, first of all, we just, again, want you to know that we express our deepest sympathy and that we are grieving with you. Mm-hmm. Again, not easy. And Dwight, can I tell you that sometimes words are not enough? Yeah. Sometimes your presence is enough. And many of us who have had to deal with death of persons within your church, within your family, and when sometimes you visit someone in the hospital this week, the next week they're gone. We've all been there. And sometimes, you don't have the words, but we do have the comfort in understanding that when persons do pass on, we do understand that there is a process that you have to allow yourself to go through. All of us who have had a loved one that have gone on, in my case, I've had an elder brother, I've had my mother, and then just recently my sister-in-law. It's a process. When my brother called me a month and a half ago to just say my sister-in-law died, man, I just burst out crying, just because I just seen her in the hospital. So it's hard, and so the reality of loss, it's a reality, but we want to just say a word of comfort, and I hope that we can say a word of prayer before we leave today for the families. That even though you're going through this very, very dark and trying time, just allow yourself to go through the process. There are counselors who are around both in the church and professionally that can to go through the grieving process, and it is a process, and don't allow anyone to rush you through the process. Yeah, allow yourself to go through it. Nobody is prepared to go to a morgue to identify their child. I don't care who you are. Oh my God. That's a difficult thing to do.
That's wonderful advice.
Wow.
I want to ask any of the pastors, Dwight, during grief, what Pastor shared just now is generally what people should lean on. How do we now give advice or encouragement to people who are dealing with, I would say, a deeper level of grief, because you have young lives that had so much promise ahead of them, scholarship recipients, going off to college, their families and their parents were looking forward to a good future. And now you're questioning God, like, God, why did you allow this to happen? Because that grief is, I think, even deeper. Persons still hold on to a God that they may be questioning.
Bishop Knowles?
I believe that in this time, we say condolences to the family. We pray that God will continue to strengthen them. I'm reminded about Job when he went through. The scripture declares that Job lost everything. In the midst of all of Job lost, losing servants, losing cattle, losing everything. The first thing he did, the scripture says that Job shaved his head and went in sackcloth and ashes. And he said, naked came I into the world, and naked I shall return. The Lord giveth, and the Lord take it away. In the midst of that, what Job did was that he worshiped God. And so at times there is nothing we could really say to a family when they're going through great time. You just have to be there for them. Be there for them. Pray for them, encourage them, and to know that there's no time label, there's no timetable rather, as to how long you will grieve, how long you will go through, and to know that there are different stages of grief. There's different stages of hardship. Some people may grieve for a month, 2 months, a year. But the bottom line is that the most important thing is to be there for them, to encourage them, and to let them know in the midst of your sorrow, in the midst of what you're going through, that God is still faithful. And what I love about God, that even in our most difficult time, God will always comfort us. And so I don't never believe that there's a time that, but God, why you allow me to go through this? Because Job said he knows the way that I take. And when he had tried me, I should come forth as gold. And so we want to encourage the family in the midst of their loss, in the midst of their grief, know that God is with you and that the church is here praying and pray that God will continuously bring you out and continue to comfort you. That's our prayer.
Yeah. Wow. Dr. Devin Roll, anything you want to
add? I'd just like to say my sincere. I heard in the news the tremendous potential that these girls had. Many of them were brilliant scholars, had great opportunities. And I would like to caution people close to them not to try to speak too much in these early days. One of the things that Bishop Mark referenced Job, one of the things that Job's friends did when they came to him was that they sat with him for a few days and they didn't say anything. They just wanted him to know that they were there for him. They were there for presence, for comfort. And if he needed to say anything, they were listening ears. And I think sometimes we just need to have presence. I know in recent times I've been going to a lot of homes where persons have passed away. I too went through the death of my father and my mother recently. Within 7 months, they both passed, and that was not the easiest thing. But sometimes when I go by, I simply just sing songs of worship and encouragement. And I wait to see if they need to say anything before I talk. So our strongest effort right now would be to pray for them and those who are close to them, just be there for them. And talk about good moments. That helps a lot too. Sharing moments of victory and celebration until we get through the hardness of these first few days.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Will.
Thank you all. Thank you.
We appreciate that. Okay, so this is something to be happy about, the Pastoral Honors. This is the second annual. Tell us about how this came about, the first one. And
the purpose upon why we'll be gathering on Sunday really is being manifested right before our eyes in the country, the work that pastors have to do, right? The difficult work of having to comfort families in these kinds of times. Dwight, I always tell people that there are two sets of people, really. Well, actually, there are several others, but in this case, we know that physicians, persons in law enforcement, and pastors are always on call, okay? When somebody is sick in the middle of the night or they pass away, you don't get to sit and lay down in the bed. You have to go. Yeah, the call comes, you've got to go. One of the challenges of that pastors also face is having to deal with the difficulties that members have, right? Not just in terms of death, but even in terms of living, the cost of living. Members having to try to deal with their responsibilities financially, children, challenges with children. The big thing is relationship challenges, marital problems, divorce, all sorts of things. We have situations where as long as you have human beings that you are shepherding and responsible for, you're going to face a lot of challenges. And so what I recognize, having served both in the church realm and also having the privilege to also be in the area of media and politics and other things, is that there isn't a recognition, so to speak, of how those worlds work. And so having produced events for about the last 30 years now, a lot to do with the music side of things, I thought it was best to really do something to really just say a small thank you and a small appreciation to those who labor in terms of ministry in the country. We have a lot of young people that, for instance, do not really understand or know of the sacrifices that many who have gone before them. On the national level, we've not done a good job of educating our young people, of people who've made contributions to the country. The sacrifices they have made, why we do have a country, why we do make laws, why we do this, they just don't know. So certainly in the church, we saw the same thing. A lot of people have this misconception as to what pastors do. They have no clue of the sacrifices. And I've always said, as I've done these interviews, the first set of person I like to thank is not the pastor. I want to thank their spouse. You understand? I want to thank the spouse. Because, Dwight, what they have to put up with, and let's go by extension, the children, for that person to do the job of ministry, it is absolutely a tremendous sacrifice. It's hard. Dwight, man, listen.
You honoring any of the spouses?
You know, like
next year.
Listen, that's why I make sure on all promotional platforms.
Definitely needs to be a category.
Yes, absolutely. Right. That's why we acknowledge them. But so the motivation was simple. Let's do something that we just bring them together, and we have a room where they all gather together, and we say, listen, it's a small thank you. I don't focus so much on the award part of it. Our biggest encouragement is the fellowship part of it. Them coming together. Like last year when we had the first one, it was so heartwarming to see the generations, younger pastors, senior pastors. Many of them don't know each other. Some of them from the family islands. And Dwight, the best part of that whole program was not the awards. It was after. It was shaking of the hands, the hugs, taking the selfies, introductions. And I said, this is exactly why we did it.
Okay.
We wanted an opportunity for generations of leaders in the church to meet, to encourage one another, and for them to say, simply, keep going on.
Wow.
We know it's hard, it's difficult, but this is just a small token of our appreciation to say, keep going on.
Okay. So how many will be honored this Sunday?
Well, this Sunday, we have a total of 40 pastors, and for the first time, we have one evangelist. Now, many people grew up in the Bahamas understanding what street meeting is all about, right? Street meeting, we don't have it as much, but we got some faithful souls out there who are still on the road. They set up with a microphone, some fellows, some more reserved, but they're out there. And I want to credit those who still have street meetings, right? We grew up with that. Our honoree this year, who is an evangelist for 70 years. Wow. Her name is Dr. Barbara Brennan Williams. Okay. And she is the first recipient of what we're going to be calling the National Evangelism Award. We want to simply say a small token of appreciation. Dwight, every Monday, she is out preaching, every Monday. And she's 86 years of age, and she's not stopped, all right? And so we have 40 pastors, one evangelist, and we're looking forward to, again, saying thank you to each of them.
Okay. All right. So the complete list, I think, I don't know if we'll have time to go through all, but where can people find the list and how can they be a part of this on Sunday?
Well, not a problem. Certainly, the list is available to us. You can always email us the National Pastoral at Gmail or Oracle Media Consultants at gmail.com. We'll send that list to you.
But social media as well?
So, yes, it's also on my social media page, which is Kevin Minister K. Harris. We've been posting every day the profiles and the biographies and pictures of all of the honorees. It gives people a chance to really learn more about them, know who they are, and that people don't appreciate that most of the honorees didn't just show up being pastors. They came from somewhere. They were policemen, they were lawyers, some were in medicine, some were in customs, et cetera, and then they made the transition over to ministry. And so a lot of pastors who read about pastors were shocked to know that their fellow colleagues had professional careers before. It's always a good thing to post the honorees, but certainly we do want to say congratulations. Bishop Knowles is one of our honorees this year.
Congratulations.
And Dr. Devin Rowe was one of the first honorees on last year.
Yeah. So how's it feel to be recognized in this way?
Well, it's very, I thank God for it. And I believe that this whole, what Pastor Harris has done, I believe that is God ordained, and I believe that this is the beginning of something great. And so when you look at the work of a pastor and all that you do and the sacrifices that you make, and for somebody outside from your ministry to recognize you, I believe that is very humbling. And so we appreciate the recognition as we continue to advance the kingdom of God. And so I'm looking forward to it. I believe it's going to be very exciting. And like I said in the last interview, my spiritual father, the late Apostle Rodney Roberts, would say on Sunday, come with all your clothes on.
All right, sounds good. Dr. Demerol, how did it feel to be recognized last year?
It was a tremendous honor. And the part that, both in terms of the fellowship of multi-generational pastors, was an absolutely incredible experience. Though we're in ministry together, many times a lot of pastors don't get the opportunity to come together because we're so busy in ministry. I was out myself last night almost until 2:00 helping another pastor who was ill. And so we are running all the time. So that event last year was incredible. It was an atmosphere of excellence. However, the fellowship at the end of the experience was wonderful because the place was jam-packed. And I'm hoping that people will come and support this year.
Okay, all right. So let people know how, where, and how to be a part of this.
Sure. Well, it's going to be on Sunday coming at the Miles E. Monroe Diplomat Center. Now, we're starting at 5 p.m. Doors open at 4 p.m. And so we want to encourage all our honorees to be in place. And it is a production. It's not a church service. And those, again, who know that I've been in the production world for many years, it's done at a level of excellence. And so it is going to be, again, the opportunity to give credit and to give awards. Now, tickets are $50 for the event on this coming Sunday. And we have 3 outlets. That's the Logos Bookstore in the Harbor Bay Shopping Plaza, the All Seasons Bookstore in the Palmdale Shopping Plaza, and the Oasis Bookstore and Cafe at the Miles E. Monroe Diplomat Center. And so you can get your tickets from those locations. Also, many of the honorees and churches also have tickets for persons who would like to purchase them. They're doing very well because we are looking forward to a wonderful time. I do also want to say that we're pleased that the Deputy Prime Minister has consented. He will be there on Sunday representing the government and the brief remarks, but he's also going to be an honorary presenter. He'll be presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award recipients their award. Last year, we were pleased to have the Governor General, Her Excellency. She came and she was able to bestow the Lifetime Achievement Award. But Her Excellency has sent remarks which will be published, and congratulations to all honorees. The Prime Minister, who's traveling to CARICOM because he wanted to be there, he's also prepared remarks and which will be published, and he's also sent his congratulations, as the leader of the opposition has also done the same thing. And so we do have support nationally from our national leaders. They just wanted all the pastors to know, listen, be encouraged, you're doing a good work, and to continue to do the excellent things you're doing to help people. And again, and this is a great opportunity for all persons who are listening, the pastors who are on the list of honorees, if you know them, even if you are not an honoree this year as a pastor, come on out, because as Bishop Mark said, we believe it's the beginning of something great. It is not a pat on the back. It is really just an opportunity to say to someone, we recognize your labor, and we want to just give you a small token to say, keep going on.
Wonderful, wonderful. One more time, Sunday.
It's Sunday coming, July 5th, and we begin at 5 p.m. Doors open at 4 p.m. It is a dress-up night, so we call it a formal attire. We're going to have all the trappings of a great event. It's at the Diplomat Center, so kudos to all of the team that's right now working, all of the production guys who are listening, preparing for Sunday. And thank you to our friends in media that are also covering it, and hopefully we'll have some people there to cover the event live. Thank you so much for your support. And again, I thank you to all of the honorees. Dwight, as I close, I just would like to acknowledge at least the lifetime recipients real quickly. Archbishop Ross Davis, Archdeacon James Palacios, Bishop Chester Wool, Bishop Dr. Elgarnet Ranning, Bishop Dr. George Thompson of the Grand Bahama, Bishop Leslie Woodside, Grand Bahama. He's the former National Overseer, Church of God, Bishop Victor Cooper, Pastor Barrington Brennan from the Seventh-day Adventists, Pastor Carl Oliver. He is from Andres, Pastor Henry Francis, and Pastor J. Mullins found. And I'll say this about Pastor Carl Oliver. He is our oldest recipient. He's 90 years of age.
Oh, boy.
And he's still preaching.
Okay.
He's still preaching. So, God, congratulations to him. We're looking forward to meeting him on Sunday. He's from Andres.
Wonderful stuff. Okay. So, we have prayer as we go. We have just about 40 seconds. Bishop Knowles, please.
Let us pray. Father, we give you thanks. We praise you this day. We thank you for your faithfulness as we come before you. We bring, Father God, the families of those young ladies that died. We pray, Father God, that you, Lord God, will continue to comfort them. We pray, God, that the peace of God will rest upon them, and they'll know, Father God, in the midst of all of their hardship, that you're indeed with them. Yes. We pray, Father God, even now, Lord God, that you'll comfort them.
Yes.
Lord God, we thank you for victory. We cancel every, Lord God, assignment of the enemy in the name of Jesus. And we declare that victory will be their portion. Your word declares that weeping may endure for morning. And we thank you, Father God, that the peace of God will continually be upon them. And we give you all praise. We give you all glory. And with celebration, Father God, we give you thanks, knowing, Lord God, that you are in control and you are faithful, God. We thank you for it now. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 Bishop Mark Knowles, thank you so much. Dr. Devin Roll, Pastor Kevin Harris, Minister K, thank you. Thank you all for being here this morning.
All right.
And
Pressure.
congratulations to everyone.
Yes.
Everyone, all the honorees with the second annual pastoral honors.
Thank you.
This Sunday. Thank you.
All right.
We're going to break for news. We'll be back with business in just a bit here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
Nassau, your next career opportunity awaits. Join the Great Stirrup Key Job Fair on Monday, June 29th and Tuesday, June 30th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Department of Labor, Carmichael Road. We're hiring certified lifeguards, landscapers, restroom attendants, cooks, assistant cooks, kitchen attendants, beach and yard attendants, environmental managers, assistant safety managers, and more. Bring your resume, passport, NIB card, and police record. Take the next step in your career with Great Stirrup Key.
Wendy's has brand new chicken tenders, and they're everything you've been craving. Crispy, juicy, and seasoned just right. These tenders bring the flavor Felcom. Love them. With sauces like sweet chili, scorching hot, ranch, honey barbecue, honey mustard, and Wendy's signature sauce. Grab them as a kid's meal. Enjoy them on their own, or make it a combo that hits the spot every time. For tenders you're gonna know by name, it's gotta be Wendy's.
Are you a tourism business owner or ready to become one? At the Tourism Development Corporation, we work with tourism entrepreneurs at every stage, turning ideas into thriving businesses and helping existing ones grow. From business development support and funding opportunities to targeted initiatives and strategic partnerships, we're here to help you take that next step. Build your future in tourism with the Tourism Development Corporation. Visit tdcbahamas.com to learn more.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Tuesday, June 30th, 2026. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Duquesa Dean. And this morning we are having a discussion, maybe a debate about AI. To AI or not to AI, especially in your local marketing. That is what we're asking. Whether you should forego local talent and go with AI images, AI videos. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? We're going to weigh the pros and cons this morning. We've got a panel to help us with the discussion. Very happy to have with us the CEO of the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation, Dr. Leo Roll. Also have the founder and CEO of Lifestyles Digital Media Group, Ethan Quant. And we have journalist with the Nassau Guardian, one of my colleagues, LaTanya Roberts. Good morning, everybody. Great to have you with us.
Good morning, Dwight. Great to be here.
For having us. So this was inspired by people complaining about AI flyers. They've got all these AI flyers all over the place. And, of course, we can call the name. Bahari had the now infamous all AI commercial. Mm-hmm. And they've countered with more Bahamian commercial. But is it too little too late? What are we doing here? And we're not talking about stock images because people have been using that for a long time since the internet, right? Where you pull images of people who look like the target market. That's something different. But full AI, explain it for those who might not understand what we're talking about, and then we'll get deeper in the discussion. Ethan, you want to begin with that?
All right. So, when we're talking about, it takes several different forms, right? Mm-hmm. It's you have an image that of yourself or some actual live humans, and then you use AI to generate images, right? The next thing is that you have fully generated AI. So it pulls from, the data that it's been mining over the past several years or whatnot, and it comes up, you put a description in and it comes up, and it creates this thing. And, this use of non-human talent isn't necessarily anything new in marketing. I mean, if you think about the caricatures, the cartoons, the CGI generated, computer generated.
That's an interesting point.
So this isn't, like the good book says, there isn't anything new under the sun, right? And so.
But a human created created that cartoon, created that.
But
caricature.
a human essentially gave the AI the prompt. Right? Like I said, there isn't anything, when you think about farming, right? First there was a pickaxe and a shovel, and then there was a tractor. Now there are these mega machines, right? And so it's technology, right? And so the use of it's really AI as a tool, right? And so I don't have any real problem with the use of the tool itself, right? Where I think what's happening is that in business, people do business with people they know, like, and trust, right? And what's happening with the proliferation of this AI-generated AI slop. And so what happens is that, just like with the flies, I don't even scroll. I almost get a physical reaction when I see them. And it's so refreshing.
And you can tell them immediately.
Immediately, because all of them
they all look alike. And they're so busy.
You can tell AI flyers. You can tell people who use AI to write their scripts. Wow. You can tell people who use AI to captions and stuff. Because if you're a user of AI, which honestly I am, you can tell it. But I think the thing that happens is that people are using AI incorrectly. They're using AI as the source, where the individual should actually be, the AI should be used to enhance or amplify their ability to produce, right? And so I know that was a but I think I'll just park that
now.
No,
Ethan, that was actually spot on.
Absolutely. Yeah, okay.
Appreciate that.
So, Leo and LaTanya, so I'm wondering, if you're a Bahamian company and you're doing this consistently, and you want people to support your business, I mean, is it not a slap in the face to you as a Bahamian? I prefer to use AI talent as opposed to Bahamian folks in my ads or Bahamian. How are you supposed to take that?
So it's a catch-22, right, Ethan? Because when you think about it, right, Dwight, when you think about it, is it going to detract from some of the jobs that are readily available when it comes to content creation? Yes. So when you think about a makeup artist, you think about a stylist, you think about a creative director, think about a photographer, And so all of these different aspects fall away. But my challenge with AI, as Ethan said, is the incorrect use of it. You will never see an AI flyer come out from the Chamber of Commerce because I do not like them. I just don't think that they capture. It's just all the same. It's monotonous. The same colors pattern, the color scheme.
I used to see the ones with the 4 eyes.
Listen, there's usually all kind of things going on. A triangle in the background,
3 arms.
I'm like, well, this doesn't have any. Yeah. So, what I think though is, as Ethan mentioned already, we've always been afraid or averse to things that make us feel uncomfortable. Ethan spoke about the farming aspect. We have computers. When they came on stream, mainstream computers, we have technology relative to QuickBooks when the software finally came out. And so, interestingly enough, though these advents for the use of AI and technology in these various industries has come out, we are still way far behind relative to the manpower needed to supplement some of these industries. Farming is one of them.
Yeah.
And so I think we have to, as a business community, learn to work in tandem with AI and then use it in a way where it supplements and it does not actually pull away from the type of jobs. I'll give an example. There is a 6th grade student at ISBET. His name is Stafford Bain. And he won one of the pitch competition that I was in a while back. And Stafford is 6 years old and creating websites.
Wow.
Paid websites. You see a young man, a whole business that has started. And so I think that, yes, it will shift the way some of the traditional jobs are done, but it will shift it to now looking at avenues where we need to start. People can now pursue their passions, and you can now do things that don't take away so much because you can have a level of efficiency. I mean, the green screen has done it forever and ever. Yeah. It's the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. I can take a pimple away. I can be a 6'2", 150-pound man. I mean,
Right. But what will it mean for the talent, though?
Sorry?
The talent. What will it mean for people who do this for a living, as in you're in commercials?
So you have to shift. You have to shift. I'll give an example of a young lady that went with us to Istanbul, actually, in the beauty industry. She started out as a makeup artist and, doing makeup, of course, with things like sets and photo shoots. And now she has an actual makeup brand because she said, well, the industry is shifting. I realize what's happening. And so I then pivoted into a makeup brand, lipsticks, makeup, and people can now purchase that brand. Mm-hmm. She still does the makeup artistry on the side, but her main focus has now shifted away from application of makeup to the production of it.
LaTanya, okay. The question?
So I guess that exposure can help with those sorts of things. Do you guys believe that cost might be a factor in why people are trying to generate their own flyers, and what could be done? What can creatives do to remain competitive but also be affordable?
Okay, I kind of have half answer to that question. Yes, I think it is the cost. Inflation is a thing, right? Mm-hmm. Everything's going up, things are expensive. But I think that we could use that. Well, maybe try to bring on some makeup artists. Maybe try to bring on some creative directors and people who specialize in graphic design. Because these people are too trying to make a living. So instead of trying to take money out of the pockets of those people, how about you invest in them? Mm-hmm. Try to bring them on. I think that, right. Mm-hmm. Because I think just saying, oh, well, it's expensive to do this and expensive to pay for this and that. But then it's also expensive for the person that's trying to make $1. Because he mentioned the makeup artist, right? The makeup artist started out just doing makeup. Now she has a makeup brand. Not everyone's there yet. And how you expect these people to grow and expand if you don't give them the opportunity to?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. So I'm a business owner. I'm a small business owner. So, I mean, the reality is that cost plays a factor in pretty much every decision that I make in my business. Mm-hmm. And so I think as a business owner, I believe that I have the right and the obligation to act in my own best self-interest. What is in the best interest of my company, right? Mm-hmm. I also believe that the talent putting themselves forward for opportunities have the right and the duty to act in their own best self-interest as well. This is why I'm a firm believer in building your brand, right? Because here's the thing. If you can have a random AI-generated face, that against a face that's known, that has a brand, that has already built community, that AI-generated face isn't going to do anything, right? And so I think as far as the question I asked with regards to what can creators do? Focus on building your brand. Focus on building your community. I know, and it's just because she was on my podcast recently. Talked about how she leveraged her brand as a influencer. One of the OGs in content creation for influencing was a thing, and now she's using that traction to build her agency. Right, so that's akin to being able to pivot. Right, but I really think that this is why the investing in actually building your personal brand, building your community is important, especially if you're somebody who puts yourself out there for talent. And that's just a good thing because it's always competition, right? It's just that now your competition could possibly be AI, but I'm not going to villainize business owners who are going to say, okay, well, let me look for cost-effective ways to promote my business. I just think that they also have to be careful in how they use that because if you're a business owner using AI to generate flyers, please go back to Canva.
I would admonish you to do the same.
Please go back to Canva. Use a Canva template because even now, like I said, I get a physical reaction when I see those because it's just you don't trust it, right? And so if we're
but Ethan, you said that twice. Can you tell us what? I want to understand that physical reaction. Is it disgust? Is it I can't believe this is happening? Is it these people could do better? Like, what?
Action in my stomach. Like I see it. It's almost.
It's creepy. I think that's what he wants to say.
Like it doesn't feel good.
There are people who've studied this, they've gone to school and they know that this is too much color, too much going on here, and this is actually turning people off. Whereas the AI just doesn't seem to get it.
I haven't even been to school, Dwight.
Right.
It turns me off.
But they know that this would have that reaction in somebody.
So what you mean AI ain't been to school?
Oh dear! No, I said I haven't even been to school.
No, but I mean, I think the thing that we should actually encourage business owners to do is to learn how to use AI correctly, right? Like I said, AI should be an amplification, not the source. And so, like I said, we use AI all the time for ideation, but my use of AI is different. I'm always the source. So one of the first things that I do, I ask AI, if I want to do something, what do you need to know from me? That's something. I'm in the media space. One of the things I love to do is I share on a topic, and I take that transcript and I say, organize this for me. I am the source of the information, right? And so I think it's just I don't trust it. And to the question's point, that the feeling that I get is almost like a queasiness, right? Because it almost feels slimy and not trustworthy at first glance. And honestly, it's just a negative reaction that I get to it.
Wow, Latanya. All right, so I don't want to pick on Bahari, but it definitely opened up the conversation. People had to think about whether this is a problem or not. Remind folks who might not know what happened with them and how they responded, which was a very creative way to respond to it.
Yeah, it was creative, but I don't think that it was that funny.
Tell us about the first one.
So the first AI generated video. It was an entire film. It's supposed to be about New Providence, regular Bahamians just roaming the streets in Bahari gear. First of all, that place looked nothing like New Providence. I'll start there, right? And they had a scene where it was like an aquarium, like Atlantis. It looked nothing like Atlantis' aquarium. The clothes, I guess, were supposed to be the main focal point because it is a designer brand. Design on the clothes. So what was the point? What was, so...
But the AIs did look familiar, though.
Right.
I felt like I knew
and
that. No?
That's why I use the word creepy, because then the AI is generating the faces of people all around the world and mashing it together and making this fake person. It's weird. And I know as someone that's from Gen Z, it's hard for me to say that, but I feel like it's to not AI. So after that, they got a ton of backlash because the people look creepy, you can't see the design, right? Following that, they came out with a better campaign, I guess. And they're using real people.
Real Bahamian
people at the cruise port, and it looks so much better. You can see the design, you can see the actual people. And then at the end, they have this AI girl walking up to the real Bahamian person, and she just smiles and was like, do a little wink, like, hey, yeah, this is what's up. And then at the end, I think they had a post to say, like, we support real people and AI people as well. That is creepy.
No, I
And
think
I don't like it.
No, I think the play on words was with the last artist or the last model. Where she said, "Oh, Bahari has even AI people," and then she winked.
Right.
So I think it was a good response to the actual.
It was cute.
It was interesting.
Yeah. Right.
So I'm
I have a
teaching a
question.
marketing class now, and Ethan will start to get some of my students as he does every year. And one of them, it speaks to the various techniques when you use advertising and marketing. One is bandwagoning, one is prestige, and so I think that those things are being addressed with AI. I just don't think it's being addressed as best as it can. One of my challenges with the flyers is that people don't proofread them. They take what AI spits out. They don't humanize it. They don't go through it. When you listen to some of the campaigns or ads, they're calling the male her. And it's just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and that's not even just in advertising. That's generally they just give me this and AI spit out something and they just
And you use
that
it.
without vetting it or you know.
I'll
it's
tell you
dangerous.
this. I saw and I can call the name of the media house, but I saw a media house and a seasoned journalist post something that I know for a fact was AI.
Just say it wasn't Guardian. It wasn't Guardian. It wasn't Guardian, right?
It wasn't Guardian.
Okay.
But so my thing is that if your profession is based on being able to tell, I use AI to check, I'll
But that's for
ramble,
enhancement.
right? I'll ramble on something. I'll be like, all right, clean this up, right? But as somebody who uses AI every single day, I can recognize it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I think that people just need to take the time to learn how to use it correctly, and not like Leo said, at least spell check the thing. Check to see if there are 3 hands instead of 2.
Right.
Exactly.
but utilize it, because I think what's happening is that people are using AI as the answer, which it isn't. It's really just a tool to help you craft a better answer, but it is not the answer. It's just a tool.
Yeah.
And I think the more time that people spend investing in learning how to use the tool properly will benefit the business and the individuals using it.
Wow. We are talking with Ethan Quant, Leah Roll, and LaTanya Roberts. We're talking about AI, to AI or not to AI, in your marketing campaigns. We've got some messages coming in, some calls as well. You can call us too, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning to your guests.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Loving this topic. I'm a graphic artist and I am a teacher. So I do think that AI is very useful, but it can also pose problems. And there's a little sick feeling that the guy was saying, and I don't get sick to my stomach, but I can tell. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it's just too much of these flyers going around for real. The thing is with AI, it's a tool, but you need to practice that. There are so many different little errors, but a graphic artist can tell. Now, I use it to actually enhance or to inspire or ideas and then go on with the product, or the flyer rating. But you must be able to kind of know when too much is too much. And that's what it's presenting. Too much information, overhaul. The pictures are not real. I mean, they're real, but they're not realistic. There are certain things that really kind of get to me and they irk me as well. But, it is a tool that people are kind of utilizing because it's free and it is cheaper for them. And I do understand that, but know how to use the tools. There are many courses you can take to properly use it because it can inspire ideas for you to pivot into different areas as well.
Yeah.
But as a teacher, I don't think that is helpful to students.
Wow.
Because I'm an English teacher. They go on to AI. If you give them an essay to write, a letter to write, whatever it is, they go and they get every single thing off of the AI. So it's giving us more work.
Yeah.
When they bring the essay in, they're like, yeah, what?
Wow.
So most of the work has to be done in class now. Every answer keys can be found if you give them reading comprehension. So a lot of time now has to be spent doing work in the class. for you to actually be able to say, well, let me see if the student actually knows this information or material. So that's where it's kind of given us some issues. But
so let me ask you, as a graphic artist, are you concerned that there will be less opportunities for you in that regard?
Well, I mean, of course, there are going to be less opportunities because most people are going to take the cheaper way out. But if I build an ad using Photoshop, Canva, or whatever I choose to use, I can actually make it look a little bit more realistic. And there's nothing like a well-made ad or well-made flyer, And so AI is going to take a lot of the business away, but I'm still gonna edge out. Now my prices may have to drop, but like you said, you're gonna have to pivot into different areas now.
Yeah.
Maybe creating proposals or doing something else. That whatever your talents are, you're gonna have to try. And you can use AI to do that as well. What can I do if I'm a teacher, a graphic artist, and say a model or an artist or something?
Yeah.
What are some of the ideas that I can come up with to actually make or create more monetary wealth? So there are things you could use AI for that as well. So,
thank you very much.
I like the point. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Ethan.
I like the point on the fact that, she's in as a graphic artist, like she can point it. And I honestly think that that's where the opportunity lies, right? Because now what could happen is that now you can become a veteran of AI generated, or you can teach people how to use AI effectively. She's a teacher and a graphic artist. She recognizes the problem, and really that's all business is. Business is a solution to a problem. And so understanding that, okay, well, like she says, you can tell, the design is too much this. You can actually teach people, and this is actually one of the, Leo, if I may, this is actually one of the courses that we'll be offering through the Chamber Institute.
Absolutely.
With regards to how to effectively use AI as a small business owner. But there's an opportunity there. Like, we know the problem because to the trained eye, we can see all of the problems. The problem why there's such a proliferation of this content is because it's being generated by people who aren't trained. And so you have a lot of slop, which is the actual term, AI slop, that's in the market. But if this young lady who's a teacher and a graphic artist can teach the people how to utilize it, I think then my queasiness may subside a bit as I'm scrolling through my feed.
It's scary for me, though. I mean, I think a lot of these folks don't care whether you have a problem with it or not. I got my content out, you got to see the flyer, and who cares if you feel uncomfortable?
Are you listening to the feedback of your clients?
Right.
That's one of the challenges.
That's what I'm wondering.
Now.
Because there've been some of our clients on radio who've been running ads with an AI voice, and people will tell me, "Oh my gosh, I hate it." But are they telling the client? And are the clients listening? Why don't you hire a local person instead of use this AI voice?
The purpose of content is to communicate your message, right? If people aren't receiving your message, not being communicated properly because you're using AI and it's confusion, then that will result in your bank account, right? And so if you running this AI content isn't serving the ultimate purpose, which is to get more leads, to get more sales, to get more traffic into, then obviously it's not working. You can't just run content for running content, right? You have to run content with the purpose, and the purpose should be, if that is in fact the case, to generate more sales and revenue for the business. If you can't see a direct link between the content that you're pushing out and an uptick in the business, then it isn't. And honestly, that's why I like Bahari's response, because they say no attention, all press is good press, right? I haven't talked about Bahari personally in a while, and within the last several days, really, it's all we've been talking about it. Yeah. And so, now the good thing is, though, I will say that Bahari and the community. And so now independence is coming up. Everybody can still be wearing Bahari shirts, right? I don't think it's going to. But even now, those people who weren't in that community are now, okay, well, let me check out Bahari again.
I mean, do you think that would have happened had they not done the follow-up video? I mean, if they just left the AI out there.
I could say it was either a quick reaction or brilliant campaigning, brilliant marketing strategy from the get-go.
Yeah.
Because their ability to respond
that was very quickly.
is really what may actually turn this thing around for them.
I think it showed that they listened to the noise in the market. They also listened to their clientele. The feedback, that's absolutely important when it comes to businesses. And they understood.
So can I ask a question?
Sure,
Dwight?
Duquesa.
Okay, so listening to Ethan, Leo, the beautiful lady in studio, I'm thinking that there are a lot of small businesses who really don't know, right? Like they're like Ethan said, they're putting this content out because they want to make money. They want to attract people to their store. And I'm not sure that they're really connecting the fact that, they may not be getting the response they want because of their content. They're thinking they're putting content out there and they're doing the right thing. So to that small business who is looking to build their brand, increase their sales, that sort of stuff, even maybe you can just share how it impacts the brand and maybe give them one or two, like this what you could do as opposed to doing that. Or like I know the Chamber's having a class, but let them know why they should come into that class and how it impacts the brand.
Hold that thought. I want you to, right? Oh, but let's take these calls really quickly and then we want you to answer that question. Callers, you're there. Are you there? Good morning. You're live.
Yes, Dwight. Dwight, my neighbor's son a few days ago showed me within 10 seconds how to use AI. And I was so amazed at what they talking about that in 20 seconds, I was doggone using AI. It said me. This morning I went there and I was just playing around with it. And I took the Prime Minister's face. I said, AI, can you please take our Prime Minister on a moon trip from Kennedy Space Center? And within 10 seconds, it had Brave in an astronaut outfit with Kennedy Space Center sign in the background and a rocket getting ready to go. And Brave has the Bahamian flag in his hand, and inside the black triangle, it has moon trip with Brave dressed up in this astronaut outfit, and you can't tell me Brave is not at Kennedy Space Center going on a moon trip.
Wow, yeah, it's quite something, Sparky. Thank you very much. Let's take this call. Good morning, call. You're live.
Good morning, Dwight. Good morning, the question. Those your guests.
Hi.
Dwight,
Good morning.
Just say a thing. One of your speakers kind of touched on it. The problem with AI is that what Sparky just spoke of, it's called randomization, and AI now is becoming even more congested with the slop that it's actually beginning to learn from itself. The problem is that when you look at the word creative, right, or the creator industry, AI will be no better at of modifying creation than if you take a log and give it to an untrained person like they do downtown and says, carve out of this something for me, a face or something. So what it does, it takes the slop that it's learned from. The creative strength comes from being able to recognize the cultural nuances of the market you're trying to do, and the ability to prompt and reprompt to enhance it. Not just a single prompt where you say, give me something and I take it. So if you don't have that creative mindset in what AI produces for you, you just end up producing more slop.
Well, yeah, scary stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Very good.
All right, so give us these tips. What would you say to a small business out there? What can be done?
First of all, I would say definitely if you don't have any knowledge of graphic design, you want to, in some way, shape, or form, consult somebody who does. Right? Even if you say, hey, I did this thing in AI, can you review this or tell me how I can make it better? Right? Or if you want to go fully AI, ask AI what they need from you, because this is the challenge that you're having with it. And what do they need to look out for to maximize the output, right? And then whether you're using ChatGPT, Claude, whatever, it'll really spit out some stuff that you can actually look out for. The next thing is that you could actually look at campaigns from similar businesses in the similar industry or the same industry, and use that as inspiration, right? And then you can say, okay, well, I'm inspired by this. Analyze this with AI and let me know why this resonates with me being a insert client profile here, right? And so I think utilizing some of those, techniques would be able to at least refine But I'm a firm believer, like the last caller said, if you give a log to untrained sculptor, they can just jack it up. But if you give the same log to somebody who has the skill, now mind you, they may be able to use, instead of using a hammer and chisel, they may be able to use some power tools. But that's what AI is. It's a tool, and it's a powerful tool in the hands of a skilled person.
Yeah.
And so as a business owner, my thing would be get your skills up or hire somebody who has the skills to shortcut it.
And we know it's challenging for a small company, but this has been the practice in many places, in larger companies. You run everything through a clinic, right? To say, hey, how do you feel about this before you put it out there? Do we do this here? To maybe gauge the feedback a little bit, like this is not going to go over well. I think you need to abandon this campaign. Do we do this? Is that not practical for a small business?
I think it is, but like I said, at the end of the day, is the means justifying the end? Are you actually seeing an uptick in lead generation? Are you seeing an uptick in traffic to your website, your engagement on the flyer? Is it really getting is it satisfying the objective that you set out for with the creation of it in any event? Are more people coming to your events? Are more people calling? Is your phone ringing that much more? Are you getting more requests for orders? Are you getting more requests for services? At the end of the day, if it isn't, then your tactics is still futile. Like you aren't making progress. And so, yes, it's important for businesses to put themselves out there and create content. But if the content isn't meeting the ends, then you need to change the type of content that you're putting out.
Definitely. All right, so you're going to come back, Leo, and tell us more about these courses and all these things that you offer, right?
And of course, one of our chamber hours.
Okay, so we look forward to that. But thank you all this morning for being here. Hopefully, I don't know, we've got some people thinking about what they should do and what they should not do. So. But we will see. We'll see how this goes. I mean, in a few months, we'll come back and see whether anything has changed. But thank you all so much, Dr. Leo Roll,
Thank you, guys.
Ethan Quant, and Latanya Roberts. Thank you. Thank you for being here this morning. Really appreciate you all. Duquesa Dean, thank you for being here as always. Talk with you again next week. I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Everybody have a great day. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green coming up next.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Join us at Colina's Customer Appreciation Live Art at number 308 East Bay Street. Get free health screenings and sign up for the Colina Porter. Enjoy delicious food from Bar the Girls, Elevated Barbecue, and the Corn Roaster. Meet Fitness Connection and Bohemian Brewery and learn more about their products and their services. There's fun for the whole family with face painting, games, bouncing castles, crab catching, egg and spoon races, sock races, and more. And there will be prizes and giveaways. You may win a TV, phone, laptop, day pass. It's all happening Saturday, July 4th at number 308 East Bay Street. Come and join the fun.
Struggling to find your financial rhythm? Make that move to Fidelity and let us help you orchestrate your financial goals into perfect harmony with free financial coaching sessions. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, Air, the Athlete's Foot, and BTC, Games and More, John Bull Fine Threads, Alive, Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's, Clarkson Island Luck, Starbucks, and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus West Plaza. What a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza. Stop by today and explore.
This